Yo, it's good. Let's go. Let's go. What time is it? Where we at? What time is it? Knock Andrew. What's good with you? See who pulls up. See who pulls up. Yo, happy thanks. Belated happy Thanksgiving. You already know coming off that big dub victory, eating turkey legs. Where we at? Where we at? Pull up, pull up. Let's talk about get into yesterday's game, but also see what's going on with this injury. See what's going on with this injury. Talk about Desean Jackson, how he affected the game most definitely. You got to give credit right there to Desean Jackson showing up. Coming off of his debut, a rough debut, but he popped back up. My boy Ryan in the building. What's happening, Ryan? Happy Thanksgiving, brother. Hope everybody had a good holiday yesterday. I mean, how could you not? We beat the Cowboys. We beat the Cowboys. Yo, I'll be honest. I got a lot of friends that are Cowboy fans. Definitely got to get that dub just off that. What's good with you, Ray Love in the building? Anthony Carver, how you doing, folks? Yes, sir. Munster with the big buzz. Big buzz. Yo, that picture. Look at bro picture. Big buzz. I see you, folks. Ready Tape has a great analytical mind. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. Appreciate you, Gilbert. Appreciate you. How Will Raider. I see you, folks. What's up with it, Brian? Appreciate you pulling up. Sinister Rain. Sinister Rain, I seen you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jesse. I'm glad he was able to pull up. What's y'all first? What are y'all takeaways from this game? OG in the building. I see you. What is y'all number one takeaway? Let me hear it, chat. I wanted to come here. I wanted to talk to y'all. I damn near want to do a fan chat. I damn near want to see what y'all talking about. How do y'all feel about the game? Being that was Thanksgiving, being that shit, we were on a 3-game losing streak, right? There was a lot of stuff being said, a lot of frantic emotions going on. EJ Raider, I see you folks. Royal Sap. Yes, sir, brother. Kevin Lurker, live to fight another day. Good job, Raiders. Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. Let's look into it, though. Let me see if I can pull some stuff up. Share my screen with y'all. Whoa. What we got going on? All right. See if I can share my screen with y'all because we got to get into it. Shit. We got an injury to Waller. And we got to see what the hell is going on with that. Because as we know, that's our number one receiver. Although he's a tight end, he's still our number one receiver. So let's pull that up real quick for y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. B. Al, I see you. Mike Castle, we gave up a ton of points. Yeah, we did. We'll get into that, though, man. We'll get into that. 3.5 minutes left in the game. The Cowboys got the ball on the 30-yard line, and we're up by 8 points. Unacceptable. You let them score a touchdown and a 2-point conversion? We got to talk about that. That's the third time we let that shit happen against the Dolphins. Docs, I see you, folks. Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let's go ahead and look. Let's go ahead and talk about Waller, though. Bam. Because supposedly he's going to be out. Supposedly Waller is going to be out. Can y'all see that? Waller got on the bike is a good sign for sure. We need to take more risk. Let's go ahead and look at this, though. The article right here says Las Vegas Raiders Pro Bowl tight end Darren Waller was ruled out with a left knee in the second quarter of the Raiders' overtime victory. Let's see if we can get to the meat and potatoes of this. This don't even say nothing. Let's go to Instagram. Let's just go to Instagram or something. Supposedly he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Getting he got an MRI. This article says. 35. Okay, 35 minutes ago. Shows a strained IT band. So here it is right here. Waller went for an MRI and other tests on Friday to determine the extent of the injury. NFL media reports that those tests showed a strained IT band and no signs of serious injury that would keep him out for an extended period of time. So, okay, right here it says they will host Washington Sunday in Week 13. Hopefully that's enough time for Waller to feel well enough to play. So he should be back. I know some people are saying 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know about that. I don't know about 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know if 4 to 6 weeks is going to be. They said his 5G, Brent. This is huge, mother. Yeah. Citizen said Anthony Brown MVP of the game. I mean, shit. If you want, I mean, we both have 14 penalties, but definitely Anthony Brown is the MVP of the game. That boy could not get his head turned around or keep his hands off our receivers. Good game ball, Anthony Brown of the Cowgirls. Yeah. Kevin Lurker, Carr stepped up big. Yeah, that's in. Since about week 3, we've been talking about it. Since about week 2, week 3, we've been talking about it. It's not sustainable, though. He stepped up big. Yeah, he had a good game, but it's just not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. You can't expect him to go out there and do that every game. I feel like we need to get our run game going a little bit more. Definitely need to get our run game going, but it's definitely a good win. So it was a good Thanksgiving. Tassi in the building, always bringing some good comments. He says, man, can Fluker get healthy? Parker is so trash. Hey, Parker is out there looking different. Parker is looking a lot different. Surprised Dallas didn't take Anthony Brown out. Well, you got to think about it. They were sitting there crying about the penalties the whole time. So that's why I think they didn't take him out. They thought the penalties maybe were just a little ticky-tacky, whatever the case. But we got a penalty called against us, and it basically let them back in the game. Like, it was crucial. It would have been a difference between the first down and the 2-minute warning. So we would have got a first down at the 2-minute warning. And we could have basically ran out the clock. We could have took their timeouts and then ran the clock down easily. But then, no, they call a false start on Andre James. How do you call a false start on Andre James for nodding his head? Like on 4th and 2, go for it. Or 4th and inches, we need to take those risks. Most definitely. I agree. We definitely need to take those risks. I think Bisaccia being the special teams coach, sometimes he just wants to use special teams. So, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what he be seeing sometimes. We definitely got to take those risks. It's kind of just like taking the shots downfield. We have to take the shots downfield. Derek Carr has to take those kind of risks too. Take the shots. Miller had a bad game. Miller, honestly, a lot of stuff goes hand to hand, right? One thing, you can't have one without the other. So Miller been playing the same like all season. It's just the fact that we were getting the ball off. Either we were getting the ball off quick, because you got to think, last game he gave up that sack too. Remember, he gave up that sack at the end. Carr got baby hands and got Vaseline on his fingers, so the ball just slips right out of his hands. But Miller gave up the sack last week as well at the end of the game. Miller's just, he's still developing, I guess. But he's one of our better offensive linemen. He's definitely one of our better offensive linemen. He'll step up. Michael Parsons is a beast as well. So he was out there causing havoc on our offensive line. Tazi says, is Cable calling our run plays? Whoever is, can we stick to gap schemes? Every time we go zone, we get beat. Our OL is not agile enough for zone. Yeah, our offensive line is just suspect. Like, can we be honest? Our offensive line is suspect. You know, my two biggest main concerns going into this season were the wide receivers and offensive line, and it's still concerns of mine. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. We have to kind of stick through it because this is an inexperienced offensive line. It's an inexperienced group. You have a rookie in Leatherwood at guard who was originally a tackle, right? You got Brandon Parker, which we all kind of agree we're not the biggest fan of Brandon Parker. Andre James, first time starting, first time being a starter. John Simpson, really first time being the starter for a whole season. So and hasn't really been in the league that long. So it's going to take a while for him to gel. Anthony says, we have power blockers, not zone. Yeah. Raid, when did you start talking down on Carr? Talking down on Carr? When am I talking down on Carr right now? See why? Let me know. What you mean by talking down on Carr? I'm a fan of Carr. People say I'm part of some cult or something like that. I'm like, I don't know what you talking about. OG Andy says, any news on Jacobs and Waller? Well, we were kind of looking earlier with Waller. It says, there's rumors saying that he could potentially be out for 4 to 6 weeks for an IT ban, but I don't think so. I've had an IT ban strain. My IT ban still fucked up. Like that shit ain't go. That shit should not hold an NFL player out of a game for that long. I think he should be back for the Chiefs game, potentially the Washington game. I mean, some people will say shit, he's gonna be out a while, but I don't think so. Nah, hell no, not for no damn strain IT ban. You better get your ass out on the field. Talk about a strain IT ban. The fuck is that? Ain't no tear. Ramirez in the building. What's up with you, man? He said, "What's up, a Redder family?" Yeah. What's good with the chat, man? How was y'all Thanksgiving, man? How was y'all Thanksgiving? I appreciate y'all pulling up. Raiders 805 in the building. With that field position, when there is time on the what am I saying? With that field position, when there is time on the always. Oh, time on the clock. Oh, yeah. I'm not even 100% sure. 805, let me know. He said Waller will back for Kate. Brother, you got to start typing all words. You got to put all them words in, bro. You got to start putting all them words in, man. Yo, what's good, right? Throw that StreamYard link. Yeah, I got you, brother. We just getting warmed up. He said clocks. So yeah, you got to start putting all them words. Taji says, shit, I'm still recovering. Get them likes up, people. Yeah, we got 70 people in here. Yeah, get them likes up. Go ahead, hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new here, most definitely. Zeph, yeah, I am from Cali, man. Sacramento. Stand up. You already know what it is. We need to use Marcus Moore in the red zone as a dual threat. I mean, I think we used them quite well. You don't want to use them. Are you saying you want to use them every single red zone attempt? I wouldn't want to do that. I don't think it's that necessary. Because he wasn't. I mean, how many times were we in the red zone? I could check, but he did go for 2 attempts. Definitely did. Jackie Chu 420, my brother, was Gucci right? How's it going? It's going good. Shit, I can't complain. I got a dub yesterday. I'm a Raiders fan. Just like the rest of the chat. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Think Perriman gets another 50K? Nah, I don't think so. But that's crazy. That's crazy. How do you get such a big old fine? Isn't that the biggest fine? I heard that was like the biggest fine in like the last 5 years or something like that. Maybe even longer. I had to work, but the win made it so much. Yes, sir. Hey, go ahead and get your grinding. I hope you got time and a half for working on Thanksgiving, brother. Shit. Great Thanksgiving. Yeah, you already know. Roll that up. Hopefully everyone had a great holiday as well. Yes, sir. My boy 805, you good, bro? Raider Joe, I see you, brother. Yo, what it be? Yes, sir. I see you, AC. Johnny Jacobs played well, but the drop pass killed me. We gonna get into it. Y'all want to jump into it? Let's go ahead. I think we getting warmed up. We got about 15. We're about 15 minutes deep into this thing. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Let's go ahead and talk about yesterday's performance. Let's go ahead and we'll go down the line. See what we got about. We'll go down the line. I'm gonna pull up the stats for y'all, and then we can go by game by we can go by the play-by-play, which I like to do. It gives you a lot better perspective of how the game actually went, because sometimes our memory will play tricks on us. The game didn't go exactly as we thought, so definitely like to look at that play-by-play. So let me go ahead and pull that up for y'all, and we'll look at the box score, and we'll look at the stats, compare stats and everything. So let's get it. All right. Oh, I'm tripping. It's right here. Let's go. Anthony Carver says John Simpson got punched after the game. The guy is only getting fined. Yeah, that's crazy. You got to get suspended for that. That was. Oh no. The intent behind that was weird. It was kind of like John Simpson was kind of standing there in a defenseless manner. Then you sucker punch, and then back up, and it was kind of weird. Ray Sanjoku want to link up with you. Yeah. I've been where we at? Is Sanjoku in the chat? I didn't see him. I didn't see SJ, but yeah, for sure. SJ, welcome. He said, "Where are you at, big dog? I'm in Sac in the View." Oh, okay, folks. You in the y'all that way? I'm over more towards the north. We need this car, yeah. Most definitely. What's good with you, Rat Pack? Rat Pack, I see you, folks. Glad you was able to make it. Bro, halftime clock management. Yo, that was terrible. And the 2 minute, because you got to think that 2 minute warning right there, we end up getting a penalty on Andre James, and it backs us up. When if it went the other way, we would have got that first down, been under the 2 minute warning, and we've been able to close the game. So that was definitely tough. Cruz, there was 28 fouls, 14 each, so lame. Crosby getting held a lot. Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, Michael Parsons was getting held as well. 28 penalties combined. Yep. Was that first car time getting a roughing the passer call? Roughing the passer? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Did he get one against the Dolphins? Maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Yep. And that was his first time for that kind of call. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe it was. What's the opinion on our OC? I think he is buns. Yeah, he I've been hearing a few things. And something's going on with the play calling right now. And it's but I'm not even 100% sure. Nobody knows who's really calling the plays. Put it that way. That's what I will say. Nobody could really say for sure. Some people say, well, it's Carr. Some people say it's Olsen because of what they said in the past. But something's, something might be going on to where we don't know. So that's just some things that I've been hearing in the background. Let's see. That crap Hill pulled. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't know why you punching people after the game. You a punk. You a punk for that. Most definitely. My brother says, when we breaking down film, whenever I get it, bro, it takes me a few days. I got to reach out to my folks. I've been trying to figure out how to do it. It's difficult now. But I got to reach out to my folks, grab it. It takes me usually around like 24, 48 hours. But yeah, if y'all want to join the membership and break down film, make sure to hit the join the membership. Make sure to join the membership if you want to break down film with us. Me and my boy Tossie being there, my boy ONT6 being there. You can join the stream, all that. Said what up right at work. Working overtime today. The Cowboys fans are real quiet today. Yes, sir. You know they're going to be quiet. I wonder why I'm wearing my Carr jersey today to collect my money from the – yeah, that's my boy right there, ONT6. See, he be in the streams too. He was in the last one when we was breaking down film, Tossie. We'll be right back at it, though. 805 says, I'm watching the replay now. Yup. Yeah, both Waller and Jacobs had big drops. Big drops. Those were crucial, brother. Those were crucial. The boy Graf in the building. Jacobs dropped a clear touchdown to the house. Yeah, that was a tough one. I'm gonna have to see that one on film. If it wasn't a touchdown, it for sure, it was a big game for sure, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Raider Lowe says Dak was playing with the type of receivers Carr had this whole career, and that's the result you're gonna get. I mean, it was a good game. It was a good game on both sides. I mean, we don't even have a Michael Gallup, to be honest. We don't have a Michael Gallup. I think Dak's O-line is better, but Zeke didn't do nothing. I don't know how much of that was us shutting them down in the run game, or if it was just they weren't doing nothing, so Dak was throwing more. I'm not 100% sure what that was, what was going on. That's right there is why we'll have to look into the film and we'll have to figure out what the hell Dak was looking at, what it was looking like for the rush game for them. Right? They tried to get Tony Pollard going, still didn't work. Shout out to the run defense stepping up, but boy did the pass defense get a little shaky there. Raider Ern says, was that on Carr too? Hey, we not gonna start today, Ern. We're not starting today. But he hit Jacobs. Good, good target, good open man. And it was just unfortunate that he dropped the damn pass. It's just like, yo, you got to catch that. But I mean, how often is Jacobs 25 yards downfield catching passes? He's still a professional. So I mean, I understand where y'all coming from. I'm not making no excuses for bro. Alex Marquez pulled up. Yo, give a warm welcome to Marquez for pulling up, becoming a member. Appreciate you, brother. Hope to see you pull up on the stream so we could talk some football, so we could look at the film. Appreciate you becoming a member, brother. Says, is Richie Incognito done for the season? Man, I ain't even worried about Richie no more. At this point, it's like, what are we talking about? Cruise Control, appreciate the super chat, bro. He says that 3rd and 3 was a bullshit play call, so conservative. I hate when they play conservative. We could have ended the game there. Yeah, I mean, it was. It was, but you got to think about it, bro. Our defense, it shouldn't have to be all on our offense. I feel like we always put it on our offense, and this is what I mean. Like, if we have a good defense, which a lot of people say we would, then I think with 3.5 minutes left, you should be able to get them in 3 and out. An example of that, I would say an example would be in overtime. We didn't get the ball first in overtime. The defense stopped them, and we got a 3 and out. So if the defense would have just done that in regulation at that last drive, then it would have been a different outcome. You see what I'm saying? So that's just how I thought of it. You don't have to put it on offense. And then not only that, you got to think about it this way also. The offense got the ball back after the defense got 3 and out. They went downfield, drove all the way downfield after a long-ass punt, and we kicked the field goal to win the game with a first down. We're in the red zone with a first down. So at that point, I think I think at that point we get a little nitpicky because we shouldn't have even been in that situation, right? We were already winning most of the game. We had 30 points. We already had 30 points, brother. You know what I mean? But I definitely understand. 3rd and 3, go get the first down. Go get the first down. Let's win the game. But I don't think we were like it was do or die at that moment, right? Pin them deep into their own territory and give our defense a chance to go out there. Because you also got to think they had to score a touchdown. Not only score a touchdown, they had to get a 2-point conversion. And it was 30-22. Like, damn, how you give up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion? Now we going to overtime? That's tough. That's tough. Waller hurt his leg 12:34 in the second quarter. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the fact, brother. Thanks for the facts, yo. Yeah, we're not doing that. I don't know what that is, bro. People in the chat I don't know. I like what D-Jax contributed in this last game, most definitely. It's the Desean Jackson effect, you know what I mean? And we're gonna hop into the stats, but how do I join the membership? I'll put the link. Matter of fact, brother, let me get the link for you. Are you on mobile device? If you're on a mobile device, it's a little different. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the support and asking you. But let me see if I can find. If you're on a mobile, then it's kind of difficult. You kind of have to like go to your web browser, and then it'll work. So it's kind of weird like that. Like if you're on the mobile device, it's kind of weird like that. So I put a link right here. So I added the link. Let me see if I could pin it. So I just commented and added the link to the chat. If you can see it, that's how you join if you need to. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate the support. 805 says, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, brother. Carr stepped up. Yeah. And the thing is, what's funny is I was thinking about it like, okay, we calling him, like he was saying like, oh, Carr, and he's just kind of joking around. But it's like, motherfucker, just go do it yourself. Like, Carr, you are capable of doing it, right? You're capable of doing it. Then just do it. Just do it. You shouldn't have to have people, there shouldn't be people saying like he can't, he's fast, but he doesn't run. Like that don't even make sense. So Carr, you definitely gotta just be you, bro. Like if you could run, Carr, then run. You shouldn't have to say Carr. You should be able to just say Derek Carr because you can do it. Just get it done. Incognito is officially retired in my book. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, most definitely, Farrell. That's how I see it. Personally, I supported Carr. He's been through a lot, but he was playing like Dookie before. He was playing rough. I mean, I admit that he wasn't playing like he did yesterday. Like it's obvious. The dude put up almost 400 yards. He would have had 400 yards if Waller catches the pass and Jacobs catches that pass. He would have been clear over 400 yards. Probably had closer to 450, over 450. So Brian says, salute, Ray. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, bro. Glad to see D-Jax was finally able to contribute. We needed him for sure. Most definitely. Most definitely. Troll ENT Graph says trolls in the chat. Let me see. Justin saying, hey, Ray. Waller is rehabbing back in good time. I hate those kinds of tackles. They almost never end well. Yeah, most definitely. Always get up under that ankle. It's going to tear him up. Yeah, see. Okay, I see. Yeah. I'm not going. Yeah, I'm just going to block that. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, just block that. I don't got no mod. Aren't you a mod? Are you a mod, Graph? Is that Graph? Is that the real Graph? So I was really trying to interpret great pages like right. That shit crazy. Is that the real Graph? You a mod, right? We don't got no mods in here. What the fuck are we talking about here? What do we got going on? Greater Carlos. What do you say? On to the next Washington football team. Said hell yes, Carr has wheels. Targaryen. What do you say? Honestly, I think DC got spoiled having a young goat like, oh yeah, Henry. He has to adjust to moving around more instead of just sitting back, clean pocket, and yeah. I mean, Henry Ruggs really didn't do the rest. Carr would throw the ball 50 yards downfield. We really haven't had any plays to where Carr throws it 5 yards and somebody takes off for a 50-yard run. We don't have that. We don't have that capability. We don't have that. Man, I'm trying to see these comments. He left, right? I'm trying to see what the fuck. What are we talking about? I missed something. We got to put. Let me see. Yes, Graph. It is. I blocked him so I can't see his messages. I'm trying to see. He a mod. Yeah, so that's the Graph then. Okay, Ray Love. Yeah. If you a mod and you see like something weird, then you definitely got to block. Just block it. Blue King says kicker with 18 points. That's good and bad in a way, you know what I mean? But he did boot some long. There was some that were long. So yeah, graphic. Chris Gang in the building was good, right? Was good with you, brother. Mondo in the building. I see you. Let's go ahead and jump right into these stats, though. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's get into these stats. Let's start off with the quarterback. I mean, that's where we start. Or do y'all want to start off with? Where do y'all want to start off with the stats? We starting offense. Y'all want to start with the quarterback? running back to wide receivers, or y'all want to start with the wide receivers, running backs to the quarterback? What y'all want to start with? Quarterbacks, go ahead and spam the chat. Put quarterback or wide receiver in the chat right now. Matter of fact, we'll do this. Offense or defense? What do you want to start with? Y'all want to start with the defense or you want to start with the offense? What we going to go over? We finna recap this game. We finna look at the numbers. We finna look at everything. Let me see. Offense or defense? That's how we going to do it. Offense or defense? Brother Tassi says top to bottom is easier. Come on, man. I'm trying to get the chat. I'm trying to get the chat woke up. Y'all acting like y'all sleep. Let's see what y'all got. Come on. Red Pack says offense, defense, quarterback, defense, offense for sure. Defense. Offense. Carriota, offense first. Oh, the offense is killing it. Offense just got like 4 in a row. Yeah, this deuce is special teams. Matter of fact, all right. So special teams. That boy spamming special teams. That boy crazy. All right, we'll start with the offense. Top to bottom it is. Let's go ahead. And I'm finna add the link to the chat so my boy could pull up. This time I'm only letting so many people join the chat. Only letting so many because my boy had asked, he wanted to join. So if he's still in here, he pulls up. So don't be pulling up with some weirdo picture or something and thinking you're gonna get on. You ain't and talking all loud. So let's go ahead and hop into it, man. Let's get to it. Derek Carr. Let's look at Derek Carr right here, man. 24-39. What kind of passing percentage is that? Someone do the math for that. And then we got 373 yards. 373. 1 touchdown. Motherfucker threw over 350 yards but get 1 touchdown. But no cap. We got into the red zone and we got 2 rushing touchdowns. So that's kind of why it gets taken away. And when you even look at the numbers before, even when you look at the numbers before this game, just throughout the whole season, even earlier in the season, we were top 5 in each passing category earlier in the season, but we were always about 28th or worse in rushing yards, but we were top 10 in rushing touchdowns. So basically what it means is we would pass a lot to get downfield, and then when we got into the red zone, we would run in the touchdown. That's all that means. So most definitely, that's why you'll see this right here. You got Mariota with a touchdown, and then you have – so we got 3 touchdowns, and 2 came off of rushing. But he got sacked 3 times. 1 was a fumble, 79 QBR. And let's compare it to Dak, though. He got 32 of 47. He passed 8 more times, made 8 more completions. So he got 2 more yards. He only got 2 more yards on 8 more pass attempts. He got another passing touchdown. Okay. No picks. So pretty clean game from both quarterbacks. And then he got sacked 1 time. And I think that was by Yannick when Yannick trailed him from behind. But he picked up a 46.9 QBR. 46.9 QBR. That's dirty. Need to get some Lysol for that. Most definitely. Okay, I see somebody in the background. Who's there right there? Let me see. Yo.
It's ready to earn. I changed it to Shakur from D's Nuts.
All right, brother. We got him in the building. Earn's in the building. Let's see if
how you doing?
I think that boy Farrell said he was gonna pull up. So we'll see what happens. I'm good,
hey,
brother.
Dak had a 46 QBR, bro.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Shit, that's what happens when you don't have your receivers, pimp.
Mark Cunningham says 91.2 passing percentage. Is it 92? That can't be 92. 24 out of 39. 34 out of 39. That can't be.
That's no. 91.2
that's more like
missing one. That'd be like 1 incompletion.
Yeah, Carr. That's more like a 70 something maybe.
Yeah.
Says Dak made some great throws though, sideline over the shoulder. Yeah, he did. He did make some good throws, but he missed a couple. He missed that one to Wilson across the middle when Hobbs got beat.
Nobody's talking about that. How Zay Jones laid out for that catch yesterday. Even though they called it out of bounds, that was a hell of a catch. That was like Michael Jackson, the Smooth Criminal, or some shit.
Yeah, most definitely. DC had a 91.2. Really? Did he really?
Nah. Slide over and look at his number.
What do you mean?
DC's 24 of 39. That's not 91.2.
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about earlier in the season. My bad.
Okay. Raider Andy, I see you folks. Let's continue hopping into it, man. Appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
Let's see. We went over the quarterback. I think we could admit Derek Carr had a pretty good game. Like we said, a lot of these yards you get downfield and then we rushed it in, so that's why you get one touchdown out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, rushing. This is mainly the thing I wanted to talk about, though, man. Because I'm tough right here when it comes to this rushing game. I'm tired of the fact that we don't have one. We have a first-round draft pick in Josh Jacobs. We're paying Kenyon Drake. I mean, we do have Marcus Mariota as well. So the fact that we have a poor running attack is kind of frustrating to me. But we got Jacobs rushing 22 carries for 87 yards and one touchdown, a long of 21. So this is definitely one of his better games of this year.
Yes.
Definitely one of
definitely.
And Sue says 61.5 percentage. Yep. And then I think Hendricks here, KJ confirms. Okay. So that's a 61.5. Yep. So
that's actually down for DC. His
that is down
pretty high.
But I think a lot of it came from he took a lot of deep shots.
Yeah.
A lot of deep shots. Which rightfully so. You got to get the defense opened up, right?
I'd love to see that aggression on the first drive. Come out, get that shit to Desean, set a tempo, set a tone, let him know this ain't gonna be no dink and dunk today, baby.
Yeah. And I remember we were watching film, and we were watching film just on Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday, yeah. So just a couple of days ago, and one of the members when we were watching film was saying like, I want to see us come out and do this, but early, because some of the players were taking some shots downfield, and we definitely did do that. So we definitely got to.
Mm-hmm.
DC always underthrows his bombs.
Not always.
I want to say that. I want to say he always underthrows the bombs. But there was times that they're behind the wide receiver. I'll be honest. But
yeah,
people think he's just gonna throw every bomb 100% like downfield, right? So, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think that's really realistic. Let's go ahead and hop into the rushing though. 22 carries for 87 yards, one touchdown. Tony Pollard, 10 carries, 36. This is one of. We'll talk about the defense in a little bit, but this is one of our better run defending games as well. Most definitely one of our better run defending games as well. Kenyon Drake, he picked up 7 for 25. He had a long of 4. Carr, 2 of 21 for a 22-yard long. He had a long of 22, but he had 21 yards total.
So that means he had a run for a -1.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's like considered. No, they
look at Renfro. Renfro, quiet 134.
Yep. Let's get to the receivers, and like as he said, 8 receptions for 134. That really snuck up on you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
9 targets,
134, 8 targets. That's a whole film breakdown right there. 8 targets, receptions.
That's a Devontae Adams stat line, except for the touchdowns.
Yeah. You got to add a touchdown right there. And for me, you put Renfro in that spot instead of him, and that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
Where Carr threw it, and it just went incomplete in the end zone. And you know that play I'm talking about?
The slant coming from the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was him, the tight end.
Yeah, definitely Renfro catches that.
Mm-hmm.
He's been catching that his whole short career.
Mm-hmm. I see you, Farrell. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah, most definitely. If that's Renfro, that's a touchdown and a couple more yards. But anyways, he added a touchdown to that, and it would have been a beautiful game from him. You got Desean Jackson, 3 for 102. 3 for
Yes.
102 on 4 targets. You get 102 yards on 4 targets, and that's really what you're here. That's what you're here for. That's what you're here for.
That's his role.
That's his role. Get it done. Get it done. Zay Jones being
Zay Jones got 5.
Getting some production with 5 catches. That's nice. And a lot of these catches, the number one thing I liked that I've seen, why I bring this up is because it was Zay Jones who caught the ball, was the quick passes at the line of scrimmage. That's like a run play right there. It's easy. You get the ball out to your receiver. He makes the cornerback miss. He gets about 6-7 yards. That's better than a 2-3 yard run. They do it across the league, bro. They've always done it across the league. All the great quarterbacks have done it, and we've never really done that. And you watch Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, boom, he'll throw it to Devontae Adams quick as hell as soon as he snaps the ball, and Devontae Adams will probably run up for a first down or make the first guy miss and run for 5-6 yards. And that's on first down. That's easy. Those are easy yards instead of just handing the ball off when we know it could potentially get blown up. I've always liked that.
That's what Cincinnati was doing to us in this last game. They would get like 3rd and 2, 4th and 2, and they hit that little short slant.
Nope. Yes, sir. Be Al, share, like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. We got 197 people in the building. Appreciate y'all pulling up. Appreciate y'all supporting. Yes, sir. Like Ray Love says, run them likes up. Chris Gang, they showing the game right now on NFL Network. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was a stressful game.
Farrell finna pull Farrell up, and then we'll go ahead and continue into this wide receiver discussion. How you doing, brother? How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Man, pretty good. I'm stuck, man. I'm recovering. How y'all doing?
How you doing? Happy Black Friday to you.
Likewise.
Yeah. What's your takeaway from this game?
Man, it's still I still have my doubts on everything that's going on with the Raiders, obviously, but it was a good win. I think like I said, I think the last time I spoke to y'all, the recipe to win is to pass first to set up the run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I think Hancho, you were on the live earlier, and I was there too. He made a good point. He says, we got to pass to set up the run, but we're not even built to pass because we don't have all the weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have
the line.
We don't have the number one receiver. I mean, we do have Waller. I'll give us that. But then we don't. Our receiver core is not set up for the pass like that. I mean, we have a slot receiver, but our outside receivers are kind of suspect. But that being said, hey, we know what the recipe to win is. It's Carr needs to throw for 300 yard plus. We're 6-0.
Yeah.
So if we can get to that number, that's the magic number, and we gonna win.
The other teams in the NFL know that too, so that's gonna be their main objective is stopping that.
Yeah. Chevy says 38.5 mil watched the game last night, highest since 1990 Thanksgiving.
Raiders, baby.
Yeah, that's that Raiders Cowboys fan base and rivalry right there. That's what it is. So
the NFL is better when the Raiders is good, man. When we winning, we putting up points because we the NFL bad boy. You know, that's that team that everybody loves to hate.
Most definitely. All right, let's go ahead and finish this receiving column real quick. We got, as we were just talking about, Desean Jackson, 3 for 102. Zay, 5 for 59. 7 targets. Not bad.
Nice.
Darren Waller, 2 for 33. We know he went out in the second quarter, I believe. Second quarter.
I think so.
2 targets for 33 yards. 2 receptions, 5 targets.
I think we got lucky on that catch.
Fumble.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
That was a fumble.
Yeah.
The Carr one or the Waller one?
The Waller.
Yes, that was a fumble.
That was a fumble.
That was a great play by them, but I don't know why they didn't challenge it.
Nope.
But we'll take it.
Most definitely. Jacobs, 2 for 25. Brian Edwards, non-existent, 1 for 12.
We need him to show up, bro.
1 for 12. To show up. This is what I'm saying, bro. He wide receiver 1.
Are we really calling him a wide receiver 1, bro?
He got benched. Desean Jackson started, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, shit, he's just a wide receiver. I don't know about wide receiver 1.
I mean, you got to think about it though. He was, because who else was starting?
Edwards got bench.
I wouldn't say he got benched, but I don't think he started this game. I think Desean Jackson started this game.
Over Jones, Zay Jones. Come on.
I thought Desean was our 2, and like the 1 is interchangeable between Jones and Eddie.
So that's tough, bro.
That's based off
you
the
have Zay
experience.
Jones or Brian Edwards as your 1, that's tough. I think at this point, Desean Jackson is going to be our 1. I think he's going to be our 1. I think he's going to be more than a deep threat. I think we're going to start because really, you've seen it in this game. Every single pass, I don't think every single pass was a deep pass, was it? Wasn't one of them a comeback route?
Yeah, that was a good.
Did he hit a crosser, a slant, and then a comeback route
to Desean?
Yeah,
he had a couple of curl routes that he came back to the ball, got some yards after the catch. I mean, I think one he just went down, but then the other one he had some yak right after it.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna start opening up some things. We're gonna be able to do some more things with Desean Jackson, most definitely. But the weird thing is with this team, sometimes I feel like we'll do something and then we'll go away from it. Like we just seen a performance, right? Desean Jackson, we're going downfield, we're taking shots, and then sometimes and then all of a sudden we'll just go away from it. And then it's like, why aren't we doing what we were? Why do we get back to being, I guess you could say, conservative sometimes? But we'll see what happens, yo.
You think they're just calling where Derek's going where like the defense allows him to go? So like in the previous game against Cincinnati, we had a lot of shit down the seams. We had that one with Eddie down the seams. A lot of stuff was like towards the middle of the field. And I feel like defenses like they kind of key in like, okay, this week we know the Raiders like to go in the middle of the field, so we're gonna do a lot of shit to take away the middle of the field. So that's why it forces us to go to the outside. So it looks like we're abandoning what's working, but like they're taking it away in actuality.
Yeah. Chris Gang says, I'm hungover as fuck. Drink a whole bottle of Buchanan's. Bring a chalada for the cure. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Y'all was getting turned off for Thanksgiving like that? See, I don't drink. So I'll be chilling. You know what I mean? I don't drink.
You smoke?
I'm talking about the food.
I'll be chilling.
You smoke, Ray?
Man. I mean, I do my thing, man. I just don't really talk about it much.
I feel you. I got that yada I mean, though.
Yeah. KJ Hendricks says, we are no longer a run-first team. When DC throws big this year, we're undefeated. If not, we're a winless team at 0-5. Throw the ball. 100% agreement. And I feel like I've been trying to preach this for so long that we will not win unless Derek Carr goes out and has a big game. It is just that simple. And me personally, I don't think some people, and this is where people might be indifferent. Some people will call it inconsistent. I say unsustainable. I don't think you could depend on any quarterback in the league to go out and throw for 300, 350, 400 yards a game to win it. And even with that being done, we're still going into fucking overtime. So it just doesn't make sense to me. And this is what I'm saying. Unless he does that, then it's kind of like, okay, everything else gets exposed. And that's why we end up losing the way we lose. We don't have a run game at all. So you say we have to pass first and then run, but we still don't have a 100-yard rusher. We're still 29th in the league in rushing. So
Ray, I got a question.
That doesn't make sense.
So if we know that our run game is deficient, do you think we should try more things like Kansas City does? They know their run game is deficient. They run a lot of sweep screens, all kind of stuff.
The thing is, the difference between us and Kansas City is that Kansas City was built to be a passing team. They weren't built to be a power running football team. They didn't take a Josh Jacobs in the first round.
Facts.
They didn't take a Leatherwood and Miller in the first round. They didn't get a Richie Incognito. You know what I mean? We did these things so we could be a power running football team. But but just in one season, in the off season, we all of a sudden, and not even people weren't saying, oh, we were a pass first team at the beginning of the season. No, they weren't saying that. Nobody was saying that. But because of how the year has transpired and because of the lack of what we have on this team, now we are a pass first team. And that's you know what I mean? That's just what happened. It's just what happened. And now it's dependent upon our passing game to be at such a level, you know what I mean? And I say unsustainable. Some people may say inconsistent. And that's just where some people are indifferent. But me, I say unsustainable because even when we were winning the first 2-3 weeks, I said this isn't sustainable. You can't expect him to go out there and do what he did against the Ravens. Like, come on, you got to be kidding me. And even then, we're going into overtime. Look, think about it like this: we're up against the Dolphins. The Dolphins get the ball. They drive downfield, score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion. We go to overtime. What the fuck happened yesterday? The same thing. So even with the 8-point lead, you're telling me that the defense can't close. And this is what I'm saying. I'm not bagging on the defense, but I'm saying we still have things that are being exposed. And this is the things that we need to realize that, okay, Carr, sometimes he doesn't play a fantastic game where he's throwing 300, 350 yards. I get it. You know what I mean? I don't think he can do – I never thought he could do that every game, every single game. I think he can, but I don't think he can do it every game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially with the weapons that he does have, right? The weapons that he does have, right? So that's just kind of how I think of it. But some people will be indifferent, say inconsistent, which is fine. Everybody's perception is different. But me personally, I think we just weren't built to be a pass-first team. We don't have a Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, and a Travis Kelce on the field. You know what I mean? We barely just got a Desean Jackson, and we do have Waller. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say that.
Facts. That's you're making a good point, especially when you mentioned Leatherwood, because I remember when we drafted him, one of the biggest things about Leatherwood that made him like, a good draft pick in the eyes of the Raiders is because they wanted a run blocker at right tackle, and Leatherwood was supposed to be, the best run blocker in the draft, and we passed over. I forgot what the right tackle. He went to Minnesota, and I think he's doing pretty well in Minnesota too. And man, if we had at least
Christian
a decent pass. I think so. Yeah, he was hurt in the beginning of the season, but then I think he's playing well for them. And I'm like, damn, like that could have, it would have been nice for the way this team likes to attack downfield, having a pass blocker on that right side, because Brandon Parker, he's more of a backup, that third tackle. You know what I mean? I don't want him to start on the team. I'm not gonna lie. Like, same thing with Leatherwood, it's we got to wait on him and see if he's going to be good. But like the person in chat, he made a good point. We're built to we're not built to pass, but for us to win, we have to pass to set up the run. Bottom line.
Yeah, and that's what ends up, and that's what's happened throughout the season, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, this isn't what it was at the beginning of the season. We were saying, oh, we're a pass first team, and that's going to open up our run game. Nah. At the beginning of the season, we are a run-first power football team, right? Throughout the season, the run game just been trash, and now we've been airing it out. And because Carr started airing it out in the beginning of the season, now that's what's expected, right? What happens is you set precedents in people's minds, and this is what people expect. Now that you expect that every single game, and that's not the outcome, then at this point, you're just disappointed, right? And you're not looking at anything else. And that's kind of where it comes from me, is like, I don't know, man. We're a power running football team, and we're not running the ball good at all. We're 29th in rushing. Why is that? We went and paid Drake, right? Supposedly we're going to save money by getting younger and faster on the offensive line. Like you said, Farrell, we take Leatherwood because he's a good run blocker. And we still have problems on the offensive line. So that's just where it comes in for me. You know what I mean?
It's just not working right now.
Yeah. And then also on the defense is better than what we're used to. Definitely, I totally agree. with that. I do like the defense. I think we could still build upon it, and it could get better. Just 1 year, you're not going to change everything in 1 year, and I understand that. But the fact that we have seen a trend to where even when we have the lead, we can't depend on the defense at all to close it out, and we can't depend on the run game to close it out. And you're not going to close games out with passing. You're just not. Like, let's be honest. You don't close games out by passing the football. You run it. It's that simple. You have to run the ball late in the game and close it out, just like the Bengals did against us. You know what I mean? And we didn't get that same thing. We didn't get that same thing because if we would have been able to run, then we just run it down their throats in the end of the game, and probably they give up some touchdown because they're tired, fatigued from the run game. and the score would have been a lot more like what it was when we played the Bengals. Instead, we would have been on the Bengals, like had the Bengals score, right? But it just doesn't work out like that, and I think people need to realize this. You know what I mean? So
You
this is
think
how I see it.
I got a question for you, Ray. Do you think the way Gruden built this team, he was trying to get the best of both worlds? Because he got his Ruggs with, because he wanted to get
Yeah.
his Hill in Ruggs.
Yeah.
Then you got his Kelsey and Waller. It seemed like he was trying to build a little bit of what the KC had, but he still wanted to run the ball.
Yeah.
But then now we're kind of, the way our like team is built, it's like if one person gets hurt, we're kind of stuck in like, what do we do now? You know what I mean? Because we're not built to what? We're built to run the ball. Are we built to pass the ball?
I think Gruden had a good
run
mindset.
and run.
The thing is, Gruden had a good idea. I give him that because, and I'm hard on Gruden. I'm not really a big fan of Gruden myself. But think about just what happened, right? You went and go get AB, and it doesn't work out. But imagine if we really got AB and it worked out, right? Who would have thought? You wouldn't be a head coach like, I'm gonna go get this guy and then he's gonna flip shit, right? You don't think that when you go get a superstar. It ends up happening anyways. He goes out. We go get Ruggs. You know what I mean? Look what happened with Ruggs. You don't think your first round wide receiver in his sophomore year is going to be facing prison time. Sure. Now imagine if you had AB and Ruggs functionally on the same team, right? So
if we had AB and Cooper together.
Yeah, AB Cooper.
That was a possibility.
I mean Cooper and Cooper and
Ruggs.
And Ruggs, yeah.
Right. Yeah, any combination of them.
Most definitely. So, and that's a perfect point because, I've kind of said it before is I see the Cowboys and I think that should have been us. We should have Cooper and Lamb on this team. And that's kind of, that's my mindset. We should be stacking talent like that. And, you know what I mean? That's how in my mind, that's what I think. That's what good franchises do, right? That's what good franchises and organizations do. You've seen it all. You've seen it with Pittsburgh. They had tons of wide receivers, when they were doing their thing. The Tampa Bay Chiefs always do it. The Chargers, I think we need to do that. And then Raiders for life right here. I see you, JT, in the background. I'm gonna pull you up. Right, I'm about to pull you up, brother. Raiders for life says Ruggs and Desean Jackson. That's another example as well.
It's funny about the Ruggs and Desean Jackson when we first heard about Desean Jackson, basically requesting his release. What's up with you, man? And when he first requested that, there were rumors that we're going to get Jackson because we needed a little bit more depth on that wide receiver core. And then the Ruggs situation happened. That's when it became like, all right, we need Desean. Like, we need Desean. We need help. We need anybody at that point. But you made a good point about the Cowboys. Man, like that team is so stacked with talent. Like, even if they lost Dak, like if we lost Carr, our season's over. If they lost Dak, you just plug in a player. It seemed like you could just plug in one player. Because with us, one player go out, it's done. Yeah, it's like it's over.
And to that point, you're mic'd, JT. And to your point, Farrell, is people would consider getting rid of Carr a rebuild. And that's it. If we get rid of Carr, that's it. We're rebuilding. That's what people think. And the reason people think that, and this is thought process, right? The reason people think that is because they know deep down this team is not good enough to where we could just simply go take a rookie quarterback, plug him in, and we're Super Bowl bound or we're playoff contenders. No, we're not. Teams that can do that are the Cowboys. They could just go pick up a rookie and then be still a playoff contending team, especially in that division. Like, give me a break. So
thank you for saying that.
And
thank you for saying that.
There's teams like that, right? So there's a reason that the people would say the Bears, all they need is a quarterback and they'll be Super Bowl contenders or something like that. Or, the reason the Rams could go out and trade for Stafford, a guy that's been losing with the Lions, and say they're a Super Bowl or bust team now. So, our team isn't built like that. We don't have a defense that's top 10, top 5 in the league. We don't have the weapons like the Rams, the Bucks, the Cowboys. And right here, we got the receiving yards up. Even with their top 2 receivers out.
Those are third and fourth and fifth string receivers that were torching us.
Yes.
Gallup was
People,
start for us.
and I want people, like, if I could just chime in.
Yeah.
People need to understand, we're not even done rebuilding now.
Oh, yeah.
So, like how everyone's saying if they lose one player, we're not a plug-in and play team. We're not complete in any aspect of the game, not even on offense. So we're still rebuilding with what we have, and we're trying to add pieces and see what works. So when
half
you
our
see
players on 1-year contracts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
and to your point, JT.
Sorry, John.
Desean Jackson, he was on one of those teams I mentioned on the Rams, and he was their like 4th weapon.
Wait, because he was just Robert Woods. Really?
Yeah.
Like Robert Woods did everything he can do. And like Desean Jackson can run routes. The problem is he is a timer guy. Like, you have to have timing with him. Like, and the thing is, you can't develop that during the season. And that's what the issue is with him. Like, you seen the comeback he had yesterday with the first down. You're seeing it progress because they're really learning on the job. So now Derek Carr is learning where his favorite spots are, where he needs to throw it to, what his favorite side is. If you've seen it, like, it's becoming more consistent with him being on the field. Like yesterday, he started, and I think actually Renfro was the one who was the odd man out because it was Jackson, Edwards, and Waller. And then we brought Renfro out, I believe, when we came out in the beginning of the game. But I did want to ask you guys something that is kind of starting to bug me a lot. And I don't want to bring it up because, like, I'm a Carr capper. Carr's deep ball has too much air in it, and I think that's going to be problems later on when people start to realize that. Because he almost threw an interception to a wide open receiver because he just aired it out, and it was just staying up there forever like a punt.
Like it was underthrown.
That's a valid criticism. I've always thought that as well.
Yeah, that's my issue.
So, not saying nothing.
Yeah.
The thing is with that, I feel like he's always had that. Like, it's a weird and it's underthrown. It's like instead of just putting more zip on it to where it'll get out further, it's like he'll throw it up high and then it's underthrown still. He did it a couple of times to Zay Jones. He did it to Desean Jackson as well. But we got the PI call. But what's weird is they never get picked. I mean,
no, it got picked against Sorensen, and it got picked.
The Sorensen was like more of like
no, that wasn't. No, you don't. That's
he didn't get to step into that.
But the thing is, you can't tell because that's the type of ball he throws. You can't definitively say you don't know because that's the type of ball he throws.
The Sorensen one, that wasn't underthrown. He was doing some wild shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's not him standing there in the pocket and then trying to hit somebody. No, that was him being extra.
That's a valid criticism about Carr, but it's kind of nitpicking a little bit because, you know, at the end of the day, like, throwing the deep ball is not a high percentage pass.
Well,
like,
what I'm saying is he missed 3 people because of it. Like everyone says the unthrow on D Jackson, it was on time if he just throws that on the dart. And there's like even with him getting grabbed, he still beat it. And if he throws a dart, it's a touchdown.
But you mentioned,
I agree. But
you mentioned with Jackson, you said that, you know, he needs some timing with him. So maybe with Ruggs, it wasn't a problem because I ain't gonna lie, Carr and Ruggs on the deep balls, they pretty much were completing most of those deep balls.
Yeah,
they have good chemistry.
Honestly, I think a quarterback Carr's not going to be perfect. Let's put it that way. He's not going to be perfect, man. He'll miss some deep passes, and that's what happens. He's going to miss some deep passes. Just like, you know how he misses passes out of, he throws it about 40 something times. He's going to miss a few passes. So what is it to a guy that only gets 8 targets and he drops a catch?
Don't throw it to him again.
You know what I mean? So you're saying don't throw it to Waller?
No,
don't throw it to Jacobs. So you see Jacobs probably gets five targets a game. You drop one of those, bro. That's 20% of your targets.
Oh no, yeah. Because I mean, there was a couple of drops.
It's kind of like, and then so that's why when it comes to quarterback missing a pass, it's like, okay, what was really the play? You know what I mean? What was really the play? How crucial was it? Was it like, oh, he was wide open and because of that we didn't get the first and now we're walking off the field type thing? Or is it kind of like, oh, we're taking a shot? You know what I mean? And I think a lot of it is we're taking a shot. It's not like, oh, yeah, he missed a wide open guy that had nobody around him for 5 yards and there's no PI, nothing like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Carr does have a lazy deep ball, as you were first initially saying. I would say that is a valid criticism for sure.
No. Okay. No, I agree with that. I did want to ask you, because this is another thing that was bothering me, is the time management. Like, because I know a lot of people are saying, I mean,
first half.
I want to say no. I got two. I was writing. I got notes. I was writing down notes during the game. It actually end of the first half when Dallas was going down and they got their big pass. There was like a minute and 40 left. We could have used our timeouts defensively to give Carr time because they couldn't really stop us. We could have probably got a field goal, but they just let the time run out, and then we had like 19 seconds left. That was one, and then at the end of the third, like I when we got the penalty, like I get it what we were trying to do, but I just after it, the play we called after, I just didn't get that. It didn't make sense for us to like hurry up and try and get that, and the call was just so egregious. Like, he literally did it the very next snap, and you guys didn't call it. Like, come on, listen.
The false start call. You talking about the false start penalty?
Yeah, the head. Yeah, the head.
That was tough. You know, honestly, the management, the time management was I mean, let's admit it. Versace is not actually like a head coach. Like, can we admit that? Like, not saying anything bad about him or him being a special teams guy, even though they did get a kick return for a touchdown against us, and he's the head coach and he's a special teams guy. So, I mean, I don't know if he actually has grasped the concept or if the job is just too much for him. You know what I mean?
But I feel that, but also what I mean by time management is Olsen is taking too long to get the play in the car, because a big thing this game was when we got the play in with like 30 seconds left and we got to the line, which gave Carr time to make reads and the offensive line to pick up on the defensive line. Every time when we got the play in with around 25 seconds, we were literally like struggling to hike the ball, and then we would give up a negative play. If we get that play, like that needs to be.
There might be some. I don't know. There might be something going on. There might be something going on with people choosing what they want to run.
Yeah, because
something going on with who. Like if they're like, I don't know if I want to run that shit. Maybe let's do this or do that. Because think about it, there's multiple people on the headset at once, and then whoever calls it into the quarterback, and obviously he could do whatever he wants. At that point, you could call in whatever you want to the quarterback, but you can't force him to say the same play. He could go in the huddle and call something else.
Where did I write it down at? Yeah, because I wrote it down. I got to look at my notes, but I wrote it down, and I'm sick because like I was here, and people were looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "If we get the play in." Like when Carr was able to read Dallas, he was able to really like, even when he would pick where he was going to go, it was the right read, and you could see it helped him when they get it in there. He lines up and he can see what they're attacking him with.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
So like like everyone says his pre-read is like great. It is when you give him time to make the pre-reads, but when you get him to play there now, we're lining up with like 15 seconds left. He has to get people in the right position. Like Edwards lined up wrong 3 times. I remember one time D Jackson told him, "Bro, you're on the wrong side. Go on the other side." Like that doesn't.
Oh, I remember seeing that. Yeah.
So that's crazy because D Jackson just got there and he's already realigning cats. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Carr is like he's overthinking it because he's not just doing his part. He's literally doing everyone's spot because there's so many new people in there. Like, hey, you got to be here. You got to be here. Like he needs the people in there to know their shit. And that's why Olsen has to do a better job of protecting his guys. Get the fucking, excuse my language, get the play in there, man. Get it in there right away. Stop waiting so long to try and play this little game, timing game or clock management. You can still audible with like 20 seconds left or a call from the sideline.
Because they're making the checks and everything.
Yeah, like just give him time to make the check so he can actually make the correct read or audible correctly. A couple of times he audibled wrong because he didn't have time to really scan the field.
Yeah, shout out Omar for the super chat. He said Waller has an MRI. He's good, thank God. Yeah, man. I don't think Waller should be out too long. But hey, we didn't have Waller that much this past game. He didn't really affect it that much, and we still came out with the dub. So we'll see what happens. I think Waller should definitely be back at least by the Chiefs game.
I'm gonna say this:
IT band really ain't nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if Waller doesn't play next week, he's not gonna be here with the Raiders because he doesn't want to play. Like people need to like that's like
an
underlying issue.
Because the IT band, that's a bullshit injury. And IT band, fuck out of here, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Because my dad had called it when he got hurt. He's like, I guarantee, I'll bet you any money he doesn't come in the rest of the game. Just look how he's walking, and he was out of it. And with everything that was happening prior to this week, if it's just a bone bruise and he doesn't play, that means he's not going to be a Raider next year.
Yeah, man, we want players to want to be here, bro. You don't want to be here, don't be here, bro.
Yeah, I think he'll be back for the Chiefs game. I think you give him a week off and then come back for the Chiefs game. If he's not back for a division rival Chiefs game, yeah, he don't want to be here. But I think we give him a week off just for that lingering kind of injury, let him be able to stretch it out. Because I remember I had a bad IT band when I was in the Army. I had a bad IT band, but it's like you could still do a lot of shit, bro. You can still do a lot of shit. It's not gonna hold you from not playing. Like, bro, come on now. No, the IT band is on the outer thigh. It runs from your hip down to your ankle, your outer leg. Okay. But yeah, let's hop back into it, man. Let's hop back into this. I want to finish talk about this receiving shit real quick, and then we'll get into a little more discussions, man. But as we were saying, Michael Gallup, he had 106 yards with 5 receptions, 8 targets. Cedric Wilson, 7 for 104. And you got to think, these are receivers number 3 and 4 on their team. So call it what you want. Schultz got that touchdown on Abram.
Wait, so can I ask you a question? Because I jumped in kind of late, but I kind of heard it. So you guys don't think that we're a passing team?
No.
We're built to run the ball.
You're asking that in what context?
We can't run the ball.
No. I'm saying, he's asking it in some specific context. What are you asking that? In what context?
Like, okay, so you're saying we're built to run the ball?
This team was built to run the ball, yes.
Yeah, we're a passing team now. And the way
No. I wouldn't say we are a passing team now. I say we're forced to pass the ball now.
No, why wouldn't you think we're a passing team?
Because we weren't built for that.
No, we weren't built for that, but it doesn't mean that we can't pass. We can pass.
I didn't say no. See, this is why I said in what context, because I never said we couldn't pass the ball. Remember, I advocate for Derek Carr being a good quarterback. All I'm saying is you can't expect your quarterback to get 300 to 350 yards a game. Do you say you expect Derek Carr to do that? Do you expect him to do that every game for us to win?
Man,
300 to 350?
Yes or no?
You thinking about that, bro? Come on, man.
The fact you got to think about that is bullshit.
I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna say. Can I say this? It's not. I wouldn't be surprised if he could. The way the league goes now, and how the league is built, it's built for passing. Even if we dink and dunk, he can get 250. And it takes one play for him to get 50 yards, and he'll have 300. And we have a player who can do that. Heck, Renfro can get 30.
Okay, can you name? But my thing is, if he has to do that in order for us to win, is it sustainable?
I still don't think our defense can hold teams, even if he throws 300.
Bro, just answer the question.
Is it no? Then no. Then that's my answer. No.
Okay, then what's the discussion?
But I'm saying we.
Exactly, brother. There's nothing to talk about.
It's because the thing is if you look at the team, the way it's built, like you could just tell.
Hold up. And Farrell said this earlier. What was the number one thing Alex Leatherwood could do coming out of the draft? Was it pass blocking or being a run blocker?
He was supposed to be for the run game.
Thank you very much.
There were better tackles. There are better tackles on the board that can pass block, and they went for a run blocker because they wanted to run the ball. Because they weren't. You could tell they weren't confident going into the year with that young O-line. They probably wanted to. You could just Gruden's philosophy.
No, I got something else for it.
But
Josh Jacobs, is he an all-around back?
The way we use him, no.
Is he? No, I'm saying, is he an all-around back? What is he known for?
What is he known for? Stat-wise, no.
What is he known for, bro? Come on.
He's just known for running. But it doesn't mean he can't catch up the backfield. He was at Alabama.
He's a power runner. We did not go get Austin. Do we have Austin Eckler or do we have Josh Jacobs?
No, we have Josh Jacobs, and we
have Christian McCaffrey or an Alvin Kamara, or do we have a Josh Jacobs?
We have Josh Jacobs.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We didn't go. Think about it. We took a first-round running back that's primarily a ground and pound runner, not a catching back. There's a reason he's dropping that pass 15 yards, 25 yards downfield. And we went and got a Drake.
So you saying he wasn't catching out the backfield in Alabama? Because they had Henry there. He was doing all the power running.
Don't deflect, right?
I'm not deflecting. I'm saying we just don't use that aspect of him.
This conversation derived because you wanted to ask the question whether we were built to pass or run. We were built to run. I never said we couldn't pass. I'm saying we were built to run. We cannot run right now. We were 29th in the league in running. So with that right there, that's what I'm saying. Yes, we can pass, but we were not built to do that. So expecting your quarterback to do that is unreasonable. It's unreasonable, brother. You can't expect him to do that.
Oh, I get that. I'm just saying because
I could go down the list of every single quarterback in the league that didn't throw for 300 or more yards, and if they lost every single one of them games, their record would not be the same way.
I think what you missed earlier is what we're trying to say is that for us to win, we have to pass. For us to run the ball, we have to pass.
Yeah,
but we're not necessarily built to pass, if that makes sense. Because if you look at our weapons,
shout out,
you know what I'm saying? Look, Raider Honcho, man. Like, hey, shout out to him.
It's shit, boy. Raider Honcho.
Yeah, and that's my thing. I think our passing game is going to lead to everything improving on the team, including the defense. I think we need to utilize passing as our run game too. Like I said, because Ern, I told you last week, we're going to beat the Raiders, and this is what we're going to do. And everything I said we were going to do is why we won. I think we need to utilize that more. I'm
glad they proved me wrong. I'm not even mad.
Yeah, I was like, if we just need to go back to what Carr really used to do. We need to do quick speed passing game. Renfro runs great routes and short routes, and we have people who have explosion. Like Zay Jones, get on the ball early, let them explode and go on one-on-one. Get your skill players in skill positions to utilize the mismatch. Teams can't
this team, but the thing is, this team wasn't built to do that. That's all I was saying.
But good NFL teams have to adapt. We have to adapt. Like we were built to that, but we couldn't even start.
How long are we gonna adapt until we actually have a legit team with talent?
I'm just saying,
no other franchise has to deal with adapting to bullshit. No other team has to sit here and adapt to the wide receiver taken in the first round over fucking CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, Justin Jefferson, Chase Claypool, and then face a prison case in the bye week, bro.
I can't argue that. I can't argue that.
Like, what kind of toxic environment do Raider fans live in? Like, bro.
And let's not even forget the fact that we were already
we sick, man.
I can't argue that. I'm not arguing that.
We were already wide receiver deficient before the Regs thing.
Bro, I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm not making excuses for nobody. I'm saying this franchise has made poor decisions. That's it.
We've been dysfunctional.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the dysfunction's crazy.
So it's like, bro. We gotta adapt. Yeah, we do. Yeah, hell yeah, we fucking gotta adapt.
Oh yeah,
it's thick out here.
I'm just saying,
Raider fan is the concrete jungle. It's out. We out here, bro. We out here. No other fan can tell me shit about being a fan of their team because
White Tyson in chat said the most toxic. I think the Raiders fans might be the most toxic fans. Like,
no. I don't think we'd be the most toxic because our team has done this to us. I think the toxic teams are like the Cowboys, to where they're going to the Super Bowl every year and they don't shut the fuck up.
I think they're more. I think they're delusional.
We just root for our team and tell everybody else to shut up.
The Cowboy fans are delusional, man.
Yeah, Omar says,
I don't know. Raider fans, man, we've been through so much shit.
Hey man,
this shit's been hot in the kitchen the last couple of weeks, bro. This shit's put down here.
I think Omar's talking about Waller.
Let me get a stupid chat real quick. Omar says, why would he want to leave? Is it because of money? Yet fans want DC gone. The only player that wants to retire a Raider.
He's talking about Waller.
It's a valid point, but it's a business, not a loyalty game. So you got to look at it a lot. You got to look at it from different angles. Some people live by different morals. I'm more of it's hard for me to say. In this
I don't know
case,
if I want to believe the rumors though, because it's like it don't seem like Waller's that type of dude too. Like he seemed like.
But okay, I'm gonna say this: who's his management? Because I think y'all mentioned it last time. Who's his management?
It's Clutch Sports, and they're known for being toxic themselves.
They're known for getting their players the money, getting their players the bag, and typically that doesn't happen with the team you're with.
Look out what appreciate the super chat, Tashi. Appreciate the support for everybody that's been putting a super chat. This is something I've been saying myself, but Tashi says, look at what's supposed to be our starting O-line: Miller, Incognito, James, Good, and Leatherwood. These guys are gap scheme linemen.
And that lineup hasn't seen the light of day, which is why I think.
And really, just to add what Tashi's saying, it's supposed to be different. It's really supposed to be Miller, Incognito, Hudson,
Gabe,
Jackson, and Leatherwood. That's what it's really supposed to be. Again, more dysfunction within the franchise led us to getting rid of 2 Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen. Now sufficing for James and Leatherwood. So there's
what was the reason why he asked to leave? What was the reason why wasn't Hudson asked to leave?
It was Gabe.
Or Gabe?
Gabe wanted to go, and then Huddy was like, if you get rid of Gabe, then you got to get rid of me too, or some shit like that.
Yep. Does anybody know the reason why?
They wanted to restructure Gabe Jackson. He said no. They let go of Gabe Jackson. Rodney Hudson said, well, let go of me. They couldn't restructure Rodney Hudson, so they just still ended up trading him. That's why we are paying around $13 million in dead cap for Rodney Hudson to play for the Arizona Cardinals right now. Very, very underrated, terrible move that's not really talked about. $12 million in cap. We could have got OBJ and some, but I guess we'll just suffice and not say anything about that. JJ is great once he gets momentum downhill. More design screens to get him going. Yeah, them screens. When we do good, we know when to call a screen. We know when to shock them with a screen, because the first 2 games we won after Gruden left, all of a sudden we started seeing screens. We would hit them, and this game we did hit them with one decent screen.
I like Jacobs and screens, but if we're gonna throw a halfback downfield in the pat, and call a good play, and have a halfback go downfield to make a catch, it should be Drake instead of Jacobs, because that was a perfect pass, man. That could have been a touchdown. It looked like it could have been a touchdown.
Queen.
About them Raiders.
I want to be honest. I think we need to start seeing more screens from our receivers.
The dude says, doesn't matter what we were built. We're a pass team. Yeah, we're a pass team now. We were bullied into being a pass team. That's what happens.
For real, that's the only way
we're going to win. Or by force, it is what it is.
Philly boos Santa Claus. I don't even know what that means, brother.
Oh no, Philadelphia
comes from way back in the 80s. Yeah. Way back in like 86 or some shit like that.
You talking about Philadelphia? I was thinking. I don't know where my brain was at right there.
He said Philly fans is most toxic.
Yeah. Or what about the Bills? Well, they're not toxic. They're just off the field.
They're fucking crazy. I was watching some videos of the craziest fans. These fools are doing WWE moves in the snow, in the parking lot. I'm like,
their tailgates are live.
It's like girls too and shit, like 115-pound chicks out there doing shit off of trucks and shit.
But you don't hear the crazy stuff in the game though that Philly and Raider fans be doing. Now, and you know who's another fan base? The Chargers. They're starting to get bad. They're getting up there.
Charger fans.
The few fans that go there, they try and fight. They try and fight.
This dude's name is Toxic Yeti. He says, I don't know, man, anywhere Brady is, them fans toxic, bro. Brady fans are toxic. Yeah. Oh, Tater Tate says we were built to be balanced. I like that. See, I like that. I mean, I would take that argument. I would take that argument. I would.
Yo, Raid, I think we were building the image of the old Raiders. John Gruden was trying to rebuild what he had in like 2002. So you got Jacobs to be your Wheatley, and you got Drake to be your Garner. You got but the difference is on that Raiders team, you didn't nearly have a star tight end. We were trying to draft them receivers and bring them in. You had a Brian Edwards, which is like kind of in the image of Tim Brown, nowhere near as good.
No, he was trying to combine.
He's that style of player. You know what I'm saying?
He was trying
to possession receiver.
He was trying to combine his running philosophy with that KC style, like throwing it deep. He wanted to throw downfield, but at the same time, he wanted to run the ball. He did not want to stop running the ball. That's why the team was built the way it was built.
Yeah.
But going back to the stat sheet, you look at Derek Carr and Prescott, they got similar numbers, but I feel like Prescott missed a lot of throws. I don't know if y'all noticed, he missed a lot of wide open throws where, man, like he could have had a way bigger game. It felt like he missed a lot of wide. I know I know Lamb and Cooper didn't play, but still, it felt like he missed a lot. Even in overtime, like when he rolled out, like that's like money. That's a money throw for Prescott to make.
Well, it was the pressure. Woo. I mean, like I said, any quarterback, when the pressure is on, you're going to feel it. And his feet got shaky.
In that
That's why he was missing throws and throwing behind people.
In that instance, Farrell's talking about, though, there was pressure. He rolls out, but going to your right, you're right-handed, you hit that. And the dude's pretty open. I think the thing is we know Dak's capable of hitting that pass. If you're talking about Mark Sanchez, then we'd be like, yeah, whatever. But you see Dak miss a pass like that, you're like, okay, Dak's getting $75 million this year, right? With
you got to make that play.
You got to make that throw. Guaranteed. If we go get a Desean Watson or some shit like that, and you miss some throws, like, boy.
Yeah, because it would have been the same for Carr, too, if he missed that type of throw for us.
No, if it would have been Carr, Carr's job, people calling for Carr's job. People ain't calling for Dak's job after that.
Carr would have got roasted.
Yeah, Carr would have been, they would have threw him through the White Tyson super chat. Appreciate you, brother, and the support. He says our line has been run blocker for 10 years. Cable's zone scheme is trash. I don't have faith in Cable. Get him gone. Man. I agree with you. Definitely agree. This whole line is his product. All our draft picks in-house, trained and developed by him since Colton Miller. No excuses. But we giving all sorts of passes for him. All sorts of passes.
Hey, and I want to add this too, and we can go focus on the stat sheet. But I feel like Raider fans, we overvalue our team, but we underrate our quarterback. And it's not like I'm saying Carr is the best quarterback in the world, but like if Carr doesn't play basically perfect, throw for 300 yards, then we got to get him out of here. Because if we put another quarterback in the same situation, they're going to be doing more than what Carr is doing. But at the same time, like it's like the reason why I like football is because it's a team sport. At the end of the day, you got to have a defense, you have to have running game, you have to have the receivers. Everything got to work in some way, shape, or form. Something got to work. But yeah, man, I just want to throw that in there. I know we've been talking about Carr a lot, but
yeah, I feel like we undervalue Derek Carr. Does everybody forget what we had before we had Derek Carr? Between Rich Gannon and Derek Carr, you guys forget what we had besides Jason Campbell?
Yeah, man.
I mean, y'all want to go back to that though, bro? Really? That's what y'all want to go back to? I don't know. No. Just saying.
Well, while we're on, because I asked the question about the 300 yards, do you think it's sustainable? And I want to go around the league. Let's go around the league, and let's go look at some games around the league and see what the quarterback performances are. Let's see what we got. Appreciate the super chat, White Tyson. Let me get to this other one right here. KC says, love the win. Any thoughts on clock management? We did touch on that, actually. JT did earlier. If you go back probably 10 minutes, JT did touch on that topic. He said, basically, we have bad clock management. That was the thoughts on it.
It's coaching. It's inexperience. It's coaching. Yeah, conservative. I don't think the coaching staff, and I know how you guys feel about this, they're not coming back next year.
Yeah, we can't expect Richie to be good at it, but I kind of expect Olsen to know that aspect and step up. And including Carr.
Can he make decisions though? Can he make big decisions? That's on coach.
I think he gives them the realm to make that decision. I mean, I don't think he would have been mad when we had we had the timeouts for it. So it's not like we're wasting our last timeout. Yeah. Like at the end of the half, we had all the timeouts we needed to call timeouts. We had it with 3. I mean, at that play when he did the head nod before 2 minutes, we had time. Like we had the timeouts, or not even the timeouts, just the wherewithal to if we're going to do that. Like he had to make that decision for that one.
Well, let me give a shout out to Kayla for becoming a new member of the YouTube channel. Appreciate you, man. Can't wait to see you in the film study sessions. Make sure you pull up to the stream. I always post when I am going to go live for the members only film study sessions. Last week we did the offense. Was it the offense we did against the Bengals? I think it was. I think I'm gonna do the offense
Caleb,
again,
welcome,
so.
Caleb.
And
Yeah,
Anthony
yes,
in the
sir,
chat
yes,
makes a good point. Anthony in the chat, Anthony Carver makes a good point. I think
if y'all want to join membership, link is in the chat. Anthony Carver, let's see. My brother says, appreciate the super chat support, brother. He says every elite who wins is in a perfect situation.
Basically, if you look at all the great QBs in the league, just look at the team and how it's set up.
Who you consider elite? Because that's a very few.
Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady,
Russell Wilson in there.
Nah, not
Kyler. You putting
The
Kyler?
He hasn't played like a elite QB this year.
If you would have asked before the season, yes, Russell Wilson would have been in there with DK Metcalf, with Tyler Lockett, still with Pete Carroll. I mean, he only missed Chris Carson. That's it. That's the only thing he was missing, really, like a major piece from the outside looking in. So,
are we putting Matthew Stafford in there? Because he's always been
hell no.
I think the elite QB company is only like a handful of players. It's never going to be like 10 players. It's
maybe
like
I don't think
3 to
Lamar
4,
is
3 to 5. Lamar is just elite he's the whole package.
I think he's
the game,
very, very good, but I don't think he's elite.
Kyler Murray is nice too. I don't know. Would you say he's elite? But he's playing well this year. I ain't going front.
So Patrick Mahomes is elite because he won the Super Bowl?
No, I'm not saying. I didn't say Patrick Mahomes was an elite. I said he was elite.
I don't see him.
I think
Patrick Mahomes is elite. You're tweaking, bro. Don't come up on my channel saying some shit like that. That's absurd, bro. Out here breaking records.
But that's not even debatable.
Nah, you crazy, bro.
I'm not.
Patrick Mahomes isn't elite. Is that what you're saying?
Man, in an off year, if you could pull up his numbers, I don't know it's like he has like 20 touchdowns. Like I don't know how many picks. Like he's for sure like top 3
this year.
So is Carr elite?
Carr is very, very good, but he hasn't crossed that elite.
He plays. Hell no.
My dad's background.
He played. That's a funny shit right there. But nah, Carr played elite at times, but at the same time, like he's not elite. He's good. He's very good. I put him there, like top 15, top 10.
I think Mahomes and Lamar are definitely elite. I don't think. Yeah, Lamar's elite. I mean, I have to say that because the boy
just impacts the game, man.
The boy a fool. I mean, he's just a fool, man. That's all I can say.
But even Lamar, let's talk about Lamar. Look at his team. You know what I mean? If you just insert another player, I'm not saying they would have the same impact, but you know what I mean? He has a good team, good coaching, good organization, good defense.
The thing with Lamar though is he's unique. You can't compare him to anybody else.
I know I'm not comparing him. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like in general spec, it's kind of like even if you were to take Lamar and compare him to other quarterbacks, it's kind of like even if he does have weapons or doesn't, it's like that boy gonna move. He gonna make something shake.
Yeah,
he gonna make something happen. And there's not many quarterbacks that can really actually do that. There's not. It's not.
Hey, I know he's not in the league, but man, Desean at one point when he was in the league, man, Deshaun Watson I think he was like top 5 for sure.
But how can we say that? I'm indifferent. The knock on Carr is that he hasn't won a playoff game.
I think he's in that tier next.
How can we call him Deshaun Watson? He hasn't hardly even won any games at all.
I think Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, and Watson are in that tier next below them.
Nah, I'll take Lamar over Derek Carr. If you ask me like who do I want, I'll take Lamar.
You got to tell me the team that you're rolling with, because
okay.
If I had the Baltimore Ravens team, I might want Carr over Lamar. Because with the defense like that, and I just had to say manage the team.
Yeah.
Hey, Carr can do it.
I
think Lamar would be better off with the Raiders and I think those two would trade off with each other.
I mean, everybody's indifferent, but I just wanted to hop into this real quick, man. 260 yards for Josh Allen. So, based on the statistics, we wouldn't have won just because he threw. But obviously, he had 4 touchdowns. So, that's not going to be the best example. But with that being said, nobody got a rushing touchdown. So, That's why our team could be 30th in rushing yards, but can be top 10 in rushing touchdowns.
So Derek Carr put a better stat line than Josh Allen with less weapons and a worse line.
Hey, and that's another thing too. I haven't noticed.
The New Orleans. Oh, okay. Yeah, New Orleans. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I know you pulled up Josh Allen's numbers, and he says he had 4 touchdowns, and this is nitpicking on Carr, but I haven't seen him like explode like that, and that's probably due to our red zone issues. Like we don't have really a red zone target other than Waller, and I guess you could say, Renfro, but he's a small slot receiver. I'm not even trying to like depend on a small slot receiver to be a red zone threat, but we haven't really seen Carr like throw a lot of touchdowns in the game. Like it's more been yards. Like we've been moving the ball, like he can move the ball, but once we get inside that 20, like, and it reflects in his numbers too, because he doesn't have a lot of touchdowns compared to all the top QBs.
Yeah, Saffron said Diggs went off too.
Maybe needs a number 1 receiver. That probably solved the issue.
Yeah, usually when a quarterback goes off, like throwing a lot of touchdowns like that, it's because he has a big time receiver.
You got a receiver because he was doing it the 2016 year when he had a Cooper on the outside, he had Crabtree on the outside. He was throwing like 4 or 5 touchdowns.
I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to go hang with my dad a little bit, go to the family's house. But I do want you to touch up on, can you talk about the D-line? Because I think it's going to be a problem that they're not getting enough. Like, we're just not getting sacks, and they're the closers. And they're not, like I know a couple people say they're not closing the games. Like, I think a lot of the reason why they didn't run on us that much is because they played behind the whole game because we held the lead, so they had to pass more. Yeah. So it did expose our pass defense, but that's the reason why they kind of weren't running. But do you think that's going to be an issue? And I would like to touch on that a little bit.
I don't know if I can't remember if y'all was with me when we were watching the defense or not. Were we watching the defense at one time? But I can't remember who I was with watching the defense. We were going over the film, and Quentin Jefferson was at D tackle. And I was saying, I don't know about Quentin Jefferson if he's going to keep starting. And we've seen this last game, Solomon Thomas actually started with Jonathan Hankins, and on second rotation, we brought in Quentin Jefferson and Square. So, what's up, Pops?
How y'all doing?
He over there scaring me. Boy, scared
yeah, that's the one he.
Hey man, my son, he just rides man cars. He just rides him like he's a pony, man. He's trash, man.
What? Nah.
Okay, now you look at this. This is his first big game that was on TV that he shied a little bit. Every big game that came on TV this year, what did he do? Boo boo.
Nah, that ain't true,
bro. He had one where he was 90%.
Monday night.
Come on,
Monday Night Football.
Sir.
Monday Night Football. First game of the season.
Yeah,
opening. What's the first game of the season? Everybody is weak on the first game of the season.
He put up big numbers.
Hold on. Everybody but Carr.
Come on, man. I know that's your boy, man. You
everybody but Carr.
I ain't giving it up.
You're telling me the Ravens wasn't a reigning playoff contending team that lost to that Raiders team on Monday Night Football?
First game of the season.
First game of the season. This is the 12th game of the season, and we just won prime time on Thanksgiving. Eating turkey legs after the game. We was eating turkey legs after the game. I don't see anybody else.
Okay.
Everybody else is still hungry.
So the next game they play a good contender team, watch how he folds.
All right. We'll see. I mean, we'll see.
I think it's
hold on, Pops. Man. Hold on, Pops. What's a good team?
Who's left do we have to play? That's tough. We got Cleveland's trash.
We got Kansas City still. We got the Chargers still.
We got Washington next week. Then we got the Chiefs. Then
okay, the Chiefs are going to beat us, but we're going to bust up San Diego.
Every game is a big game. Every game
counts from here on out.
We got
we're going to beat San Diego.
We got Washington, Kansas City, Cleveland, Denver, Indy, and the Chargers.
Had to mute for copyright.
Who we got to bust? Who's remaining that we gotta beat to prove Derek Carr could do it?
Kansas City and San Diego. Those are the only two. Because they're gonna beat Cleveland. Cleveland ain't no problem.
I think Cleveland's gonna be a problem for us.
Yeah, Cleveland got that running
I think
game.
Cleveland's gonna be a problem.
Oh, they got Chubbs. Yeah.
I don't think Cleveland will be a problem.
Is it at Cleveland or we got them at home?
I think it's at Cleveland.
That's gonna be an ugly game. I think that's a game.
It's gonna be an early game.
It's gonna be an early game for us, but it's like normal time because it's an East Coast game.
We don't play good on early game.
It's on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday?
Yeah, that was the flex game.
Damn, it's gonna be a short week too.
Yeah, it's gonna be Saturday. I think we'll be all right. I ain't worried about no Cleveland. I know they have a good run game, but that means we have one less thing to worry about. We played Cleveland last year and won. We knew how that went. The only thing that would worry me is we have no run game. Imagine if look, I ain't even gonna go down that road. I ain't even finna go down that road. I already talked about it. This run game. We talking about the quarterback when we 29th in rushing, but we top 10 in most quarterback throwing passing statistical categories. But we talking about a quarterback. I don't know, man. There's a reason we're top. There's a reason we're top 5 in passing yards and all these categories in passing and 29th in rushing yards, but we're top 10 in rushing touchdowns. It's because we pass the ball all the way downfield and then we get in with rushing touchdowns. Jacobs got one. Mariota ran one in. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, y'all see the house that I be rolling with, man. It's been war here, man. That's just one to have. So many of them, I think like that, and they be like, "I'm just capping, man."
That's why you get a debate. You get tons of practice.
Okay, we got some Cowboy fans in the chat.
Yeah. Everybody's welcome. Keep it respectful. Raiders 805 says raid. No defense giving up too many points. Look, I kind of brought it up. I think I brought it up early in the show. I don't know. I was on earlier too, but on Honcho's show, might be getting my shows mixed up. But we gave up 8 points on that last drive so they could tie, and there was 3 minutes left. Let's go ahead and go play by play real quick. This is what I love to pick up the play by play, man. This really puts a lot of stuff in perspective. Let's go over the play-by-play. I'm going to pull it up. Where are we at? End of the game. Here we are. Bow. So this right here, is this it? Okay, so it's right here. It's 30-22. It's 30-22. We end up punting the ball. They get the ball. So Dallas gets the ball, 1st and 10 on Dallas 31-yard line with 3 minutes, 41 seconds left in the fourth quarter. You get a 4-yard pass. Now you get a 32. What is this? Okay. Dak Prescott passed left to Gallup, pushed out of bounds at Las Vegas 33-yard line for a 32-yard pass. So they just went from the 35-yard line on their side of the ball to the 33-yard line on our side of the ball with 3 minutes 17 left when they started with 3:40. This is the end of the game, y'all. This is at the end of the game. So here we are. We go on 3 minutes 17 in the fourth left. They get 1 yard by Elliott. Dalton Schultz, 32-yard pass from Dak Prescott.
Prescott was throwing some nice passes in the fourth. He was making some clutch throws.
Dalton Schultz for 2-point conversion.
Hey, Red, I got a question. What was Dallas doing that was different where they was able to cook Casey Hayward where nobody else has been able to do it the whole season?
Perfect throws.
Yes, very good throws. Let me see if I can pull this back up. I would say real good throws would be one thing, and then targeting Casey Hayward on a deep ball. Is that simple? I've seen two already to where Casey Hayward was beat, like brutally beat, and the ball was overthrown. I remember one specifically against the Broncos on Cortland Sutton. Teddy Bridgewater just threw it way too far ahead of Cortland Sutton. He even dove and it was too far ahead. And another play was, I want to say it was just against the Bengals. He got beat on a deep pass, I believe. But there's a couple instances, but that's it. Just targeting him. Just targeting him and throwing it to his way on a deep ball, man-on-man situation.
Is that
that wasn't a man-on-man situation because I don't even think they were impressed. But I think he just bailed out cover 3. I don't remember. I ain't watched the film, but he just targeted him on deep pass. He just got blown right past him. That's it.
Was he in the press or was that a regular coverage?
What was that?
Did he get beat in the press? Like he was pressing him?
No, he wasn't pressed. He didn't even touch him.
Okay.
I remember specifically watching the replay, and I don't remember he even touching the wide receiver at all. He didn't press him at all, nothing like that. He just got beat off the rip. So
it happens. It's in his job description. He's a corner.
Yeah, it does. Right, it happens. But it's crucial at that time. You're a veteran. We're looking to Casey Hayward to make plays, right? We don't look to Casey Hayward like you're a young guy, a Jonathan Abram type. No, we're not looking at that. And I think I missed something, matter of fact. I think I missed that. Queen Raider Red with the super sticker. Appreciate the support, Queen. Appreciate it. Always coming through, showing love. This boy Kevin Lurkers was talking to JT. Said I want to watch football with your pops. Appreciate the support. Appreciate you showing up, Kevin Lurker, man. Always appreciate that. But that play-by-play, man, let me pull it back up real quick because they end up getting that touchdown, bro, with 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're up 30-22. You have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. You feel me? 3 minutes left in the 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We get the ball back and we kick a field goal. I think they were talking about here. We threw it on 3rd and 3. It was incomplete tomorrow. We kick a 56-yard field goal with a minute 52. This was terrible clock management. Yeah. This was terrible clock management right here.
And another thing to add too is that our D line wasn't.
Then we did shotgun. My bad.
Our D line wasn't a factor this game.
Yeah.
As much as other games, you could tell. Like I felt like the O-line, Cowboys O-line dominated for the most part. We did have a couple of blitzes that came through, and then I think Ngakwe, he had like a sack near the end of the game, which is huge. But overall, I felt like the D line wasn't really a factor, and when that happens, a quarterback's going to pick apart our defense because we don't have like playmakers in the secondary. I mean, what's his name is having a good year. Hayward's having a good year, but overall, we don't have like ball hawks. I like the young safety though back there, the free safety, rookie free. I like him, but
for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to draft Trayvon Merrick. I liked him. I was like, yo, we got to draft him, and we did. So I was.
Yeah, man, he's nice.
Why refs take Hobbs out all late?
Why refs take Hobbs out? Oh, I think because it was a concussion protocol type deal. I think because he got hit in the head.
Yeah, it was people up in the box. I guess they must have made a call from New York or something. I don't know. And said, "Yo, my boy got hit in the dome." But let's get to it though, because this was crucial. This was a crucial part of the game. You can't just overlook this. Right, you go a 30-yard pass from so boom, right off the gate, 30-yard pass from Carr. It's 2 minutes, 54 seconds left. 5-yard run by Jacobs, nice. Then we get the penalty by Andre James. That's a drive killer.
But that was a bad call.
It was a bad call. It was a bad call. Terrible call. But it's still a drive killer, man. 2nd and 10 now with 2:06. The clock was stopped at that point because, mind you, we ran the ball, came back, got the false start, stopped the clock, I believe, and now it's 2:06. It's 2nd and 10. What happened here? Okay, 7-yard pass to Renfro. Oh man, he could, and then we go into a 3rd and 3, and then it's incomplete tomorrow. We kick a field goal, make it. Now the Dallas Cowboys get the ball back. Dallas Cowboys get the ball back with a minute 52. And they go downfield and they kick a field goal. 54-yard field goal. So, like at the end there, I just feel like if the defense is that good, right, they have to make a stop in either one of them. So we don't have to go to overtime. You're up 30-22 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. I think it's time to get a sack, cause a fumble, anything, right? So it was tough. Everybody's saying that
How
was a
many
BS
plays
call.
was that
Definitely a
drive?
horrible call. Definitely.
That was like a 13-play drive, huh?
By them?
Yeah, this one we're looking at right here.
10 plays.
Shit.
10 plays, took a minute 33, 48 yards.
You know who played well too? That came in for the other cornerback spot. I think it's Faison, or
Brandon
his name is.
Brandon Faison.
Trufant came in the game. He played well.
Man,
he played well.
Yeah.
He played well into late fourth. I think overtime. He had some big pass breakups. I think it was like third and long. I forgot what play he had. That was pretty big.
Some people. This has been brought up before. What do y'all feel about Gus Bradley in this defense right now?
I think that he's done a good job by bringing the. I'm gonna stick to the positives. The positives that he's improved the defense from last year to this year, which is good. Our D line, our pass rush, he solved that issue in 1 year. Like he just came in, plugged some pieces. And another thing I noticed is a lot of his, because I know that Mayock takes a lot of input from coaching. A lot of his suggestions have worked. All the free agent pickups have worked. With Paul Gunther, it felt like everything that he did was wrong. Like every player that he brought in was wrong, whether it was free agent, whether it was a draft pick. But we drafted Hobbs because of Gus Bradley. We drafted the safety out of Merrick. I mean, you could say that, that's an easy decision, but we did it. Yeah. And he's plugged him in and he's playing well. You know what I mean? And just our D-line, like if you look at the pickup with Ngakwe, you could say that was an easy one, but hey, in the past, free agents have not been a home run hit. Like we've been struggling in that department. So I feel like Gus Bradley, the combination of his like bringing in players and improving the D-line has been big.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it's all because of Gus Bradley, right? You bring in this is a big thing for me. This is why bringing in certain players is important and certain coaches is important, because those people have relationships with other people. So when you have a guy like Derek Carr, he doesn't have relationships with other players because he's only been on this team. You know what I mean? So it'd be hard for him to recruit other guys in a sense. Also, he's not like, he's not very urban and flashy and like super swagger and, social media. So he's reaching out and he's all this. No, he's not like that. So also it's not very attractive from the outside looking in, right? So that's one thing. And that's what Gus Bradley, kind of what Farrell was talking about, what Gus Bradley brought was he had relationships with people. That's why we were able to bring in Yannick. He drafted him. You know what I mean? He knows this guy. This was his first head coach, right?
And not to cut you off, brother. If you notice, earlier people were talking about that cheap shot that that Cowboy player like
Michael
did was it Michael? No, it wasn't Michael. I was talking about after the game. It was John Simpson after the game. He took a cheap shot from a Cowboys player. Most likely he's probably gonna get a fine. Yeah,
Hill on the Cowboys.
In between that was Gus Bradley, and you could tell the players love him. They play hard for him. You could tell the way they play hard on defense.
Yeah,
they might not be the most talented, but they play hard. So you know what I mean. I think it's big improvement, but overall, though, our coaching staff, that's a whole different conversation. Yeah.
Do you think maybe we're just a couple pieces away from being a solid defense of stopping the run? Maybe we need to just maybe pick up a couple of run stopping defensive tackles so we can bring them in certain situations, running situations. You know what I mean? Because our pass rushing D tackles.
I think that's why we switched up the D tackles this week.
Okay.
And because Solomon Thomas started over Quentin Jefferson and Square came in as a second rotation. I definitely think we're a couple pieces away of being a solid defense. Excuse me. Yeah, I definitely do. Because Gus Bradley has, like I was saying, Gus Bradley has relationships. That's how he was able to kind of build this defense so quickly and bring in these guys, right? Casey Hayward, right? We're talking about Casey Hayward. Why did we bring in Casey Hayward? Because of Gus Bradley, right? He knows him. He was just with them, Casey Hayward's a free agent. Gus Bradley technically was a free agent, went to the Raiders, and then Casey came, right? Same thing with Yannick Ngakoue. He became a free agent.
Yeah.
That's who his first head coach was Coach Bradley. Then you move on, you go ahead and go down the line to Quinn Jefferson. You know, he knows Quinn Jefferson. When Quinn Jefferson was drafted, I believe Bradley was there in the first in Jefferson's first year. Then Perriman, he played for the Chargers. He knows Gus Bradley. That's why we traded for Perriman, because he knows the system. We could bring him in. You know, all the injuries. So all these players is because of Gus Bradley. Same thing with Brandon Faison, Roderick Teamer. They both were on the Chargers and drafted with Bradley. So it just goes down the line. But half the defense is because of that, and why having a specific head coach is so important. An example of that would be Leftwich. He has relationships with hella talent now. Like the dude knows up and down. The dude went over to a Super Bowl, so he knows a lot of players. A lot of players would want to play for him. Chris Godwin's supposed to be a free agent. If we got Leftwich, how hard would it be to sign Godwin? You know what I mean? He would be like, "Oh yeah, I'm on it." You know, if Leftwich is there for sure, and stuff
as
like
that. As a head coach, are you saying Leftwich as a head coach?
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I'm using that as an example. I'm using that as an example as knowing players and bringing talent in. You know, if Leftwich went somewhere and Chris Godwin becomes a free agent next year, he'd have a relationship already, and he'd be able to call and bring somebody in. And a perfect example is with Gruden. He didn't have relationships really with players because he wasn't coaching the whole time. He was just in the media, and he had a quarterback camp, right? So I feel like a lot of players weren't out there just like, I don't know, hitting up Gruden like, I want to play for you. I want to play for you, you know, because a lot of talent's been out there, and we didn't pick them up. Tashi says Gus literally had to go pick up players off the street and other teams back up just to be decent and give him time. People capping if they want him gone.
Yeah, I'll give him time. I would give him time, but the way things work, you know, when a new coaching staff comes in, because I believe a new coaching staff is going to come after the season, and new GM, usually they kind of like want their own defensive coordinator. Because think about it. If it was your team, if you're a new head coach, you want your guys in there. But even though you don't want to fix anything that's not broken, but it is what it is. Yeah,
I agree with Tassi right here. You have to give him time. It's just 1 year. He brought in a lot of guys he knew. Now he has his cornerstones, right? We got Crosby one side, Yannick one side. We got a middle linebacker. We got our safety, right? Now we're pretty what, 2 pieces away, a defensive tackle and maybe another decent corner. And I feel like we'd be all right. The linebacker could use some help, some better coverage or speed there, but I think we'll be all right as far as the defense.
And he brought – I'm sorry, brother. Keep going.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say he also brought a good assistant coaches. I remember coming in. Yeah, I heard he's always – like he was highly, coveted. And then, linebackers coach.
Mm-hmm. And I think we got Richard Smith, linebacker coach. Ron Miles, defensive back coach. Rob Marinelli, we all know who that is, defensive line coach. We got we got some good assistant coaches for sure on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how the players develop because I'm looking at how like all the players that he brought in has worked. So I'm like, damn, like if you give him a chance to develop players, they're gonna turn into some special. And I know you were talking about we need to stack talent. Man, this is a good example of like, damn, he's making all the right moves, the right acquisitions, the right draft picks. Because he did draft 3 safeties, so one of them safeties is probably going to replace Abram, but that's a whole different conversation. But hopefully we can keep him, man. Hopefully we can keep him, but I don't know how that's going to happen. We'll
see. Saffron says y'all acting like we were Super Bowl ready this year. Damn, appreciate the progression. I mean, I think some fans were expecting more. Because there were some people, if the thing was crazy, some people would be like, oh, we're going to be 13, 12 wins, but then they hate the quarterback. And it's like, what? And then, I would say, we're going to win like 9-10 games. And, people are like, oh, that's not enough. We're going to win more than that. So it's like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think we were a playoff contending team in this offseason. I said we'd have 9 or 10 wins. wild card spot, and that's what I said. I pretty much stuck to it. I didn't see this team being ready to be like a contender yet. I still, I sent Hancho a video last night of an old live, a little clip, and we were talking week 2. Like, what position would you want to take in the first round and the second round? And, in the first round, I'm like, I would take a defensive tackle. And then in the second round, I would take a wide receiver. And he was like, oh, hell no. You know what I mean? So I still feel that way. I still want a wide receiver because I feel like that was with Ruggs, mind you. Gruden wasn't gone. This was only week 2 or 3. And I still wanted to stack talent even then. So with Ruggs gone, I only want to stack talent even more now.
Oh, you said this back then?
I said it's like
last draft?
It was like week 2 I think it was after the Steelers game or around the Dolphins game.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like, oh, damn. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you because I feel like if going into offseason, we need to double up on receivers. We need to get a free agent wide receiver that could get open. Doesn't have to be number 1. If we can get a number 1.
It has to be. It has to be. Brother, we cannot suffer this for trash anymore. We can't, bro.
I feel you.
Willie Snead and John Brown. That's what the fuck we brought in this offseason for wide receiver. Are you joking, bro?
Yeah, man.
That's a fucking joke.
I mean, we have action at getting a number 1 in this offseason. There's Devontae's going to be out there. That's probably going to be the one that we're going to pursue the hardest. But I think we could really get Allen Robinson if we need to. I don't know what else is out there after that, but I know we should be able to pluck one of those two.
We need to get the goal should be to get a number 1 receiver, but guaranteed at least the minimum, someone that can get open on a consistent basis on the outside. Yeah. And then not just that, we get another receiver in the draft between second, like you said, second round, third round.
I like that.
You know what I mean? Just do that, double up. But in the first round, I want to go somewhere in the trenches or I don't know, maybe a cornerback.
I like that kid from Georgia, bro. The defensive tackle.
That D tackle, yeah. That's what a lot of people have been talking about him. I don't know anything about college football. I'm not going to front like I do. I don't get into college football until after the season, until the season's over, because then I have time to watch film on college football. Shit, I ain't going to be taking my free time to watch college film right now.
So you don't watch any college games?
No, I don't even like college sports, bro.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I like watching the best players play, man.
Yeah. College sports is kind of predictable. I mean, there's upsets, but it's like, who's gonna win, Alabama or Southern Mississippi? Like,
but you know what? I did watch back in when Cal used to be good with Desean Jackson, Aaron Rodgers. This is back in the day. Reggie Bush. It was fun watching them play.
Oh yeah, that was different. Vince Young.
Man, Vince Young.
Didn't Cal have Marshawn at the same time as Desean too? Or was they had Marshawn. Marshawn was on that team. Deshaun was on that team. Keenan Allen, man. Cal had some players. Keenan Allen was there. They just didn't have a quarterback, huh?
Yeah,
I think
they only
Keenan
had
Allen played. Rodgers played with Deshaun in college? I think he did. But now I don't know about
Jared Goff play. Where did Jared Goff play ball?
He played for Cal. I think Allen's quarterback was Jared Goff, I think.
Payson Cunningham said I'm torn about Abram. Do we bring in a strong safety for passing downs next season because Abram is not a liability against the run and
I think we have a passing strong safety. He's just not playing Gillespie.
I like Gillespie. I like Gillespie.
And then bring Abram down into the box.
Is Gillespie a passing? Is he good against the pass?
He's more like a corner / safety type of hybrid.
He was a single high free safety in college, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, he was a single high free safety in college. He wasn't the best one. I'll tell you that.
Gus Bradley. I think Gus Bradley knew. He knew. I think Gus Bradley knew about Abram.
Tyree's size?
Yeah, would he hold up his strong safety?
He'd hold up at strong safety. I'm not sure his size. I wouldn't be able to tell you right here off the top of my head, but he'd be able to hold up at strong safety. That was kind of his upside, was that he was able to be a free safety, but he was able to hit. Because one of his most popular plays is that he was lined up over Devontae Smith, and he smacked him on a break because they tried to throw him the ball. He smacked him on a break, and that's why he got a lot of hype. He also covered Kyle Pitts when they played Florida. He was on Kyle Pitts a lot. They say he held him to, a low stat line. So Tyree Gillespie does have some spark, some upside. I definitely remember watching his tape from Missouri. Him and Nick Bolton were two on that Missouri defense. Nick Bolton plays for the Chiefs now. They drafted Nick Bolton, but he actually starts for them, I think.
How about the other guy, number 5? He was
Devon Diablo is I don't like Devon Diablo, but
no,
I don't like him. I would put him at safety maybe, but even then, I feel like he's just his read, like he won't be able to read. A quarterback will be able to pick him apart.
He's like a tweener.
And then in the run fits, I said it I did a film breakdown on both of them, Tyree Gillespie and Devon Diablo, a long time ago. And Devon Diablo, one thing I said is I didn't like that he couldn't get off blocks. And a lot of people got on me for it, like, well, he's a safety, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, we're moving him to linebacker. And they were like, well, he's an outside linebacker, he's containing. And that shit don't fly in this league. That shit don't fly in this league. Especially in this defense. Imagine if Corey Littleton every time was just like, well, I'm containing my side, I'm containing my gap. It is not gonna fucking fly, bro. Although runs on this defense, run leads to linebackers. That is what this defense is built for. That's why Perriman and Littleton and Abram are all able to get so many tackles, because it's fit. Mm-hmm. It's fit for them, the runner, to lead into a linebacker. I mean, they were saying it all day yesterday. Abrams, leading tackler as a defensive back in the entire league, has the most tackle as a defensive back. That's why you don't run the Abrams side or run towards Abram on a reverse or something like that. So it's tough to say, because I don't like Diablo though. I didn't like him because of that. He couldn't get. It was tight ends. If you can't shed blocks on tight ends, I don't like it.
Yeah,
and you
can't be content with getting blocked.
I don't like it.
They must really like him because they took him in the 3rd round. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Took him in the 3rd round.
I wanted to get a linebacker there. I wanted to go get a somebody. I think Jabril Cox was there at that time.
That's true.
Nick Bolton.
And he was playing well for the Cowboys too.
Yeah, Jabril Cox, Nick Bolton. Yeah, who else was at that spot? There was a few. We also got Malcolm Kuntz, which was a little different. Some interesting draft picks out there.
Yeah, I mean, but do you feel like Abram is going to be replaced?
No. No.
Not this season. Maybe next season.
No.
So you feel like he's going to stay there, man? Okay, all right.
I think Abram's staying. A strong safety, I think he's staying. Yeah, this is and it's not about whether I think he's good or not. It's nothing like that. I think just the way, I think he's playing good enough. He shows enough spark. He plays a certain assignment, and when you take him out of that role, he loses. And I don't think coaches hold players accountable for that as much. That's just my opinion, though. And what I mean by that is, if I were to ask you both right now, is Abram a coverage line safety, you would both say no, right? Exactly. So you wouldn't fault him for being bad in coverage, because he's not. But if he were to miss tackles,
he's the box safety.
Like if he were to miss tackles like he did on that reverse, then you'd be like, what the hell, right? You know what I mean? So I think he plays his role, his position very well. He gets caught in those matchups, and it's a liability. But if we want to go in a different direction, I wouldn't be mad at all. But you got to give and take. You're not going to get a guy that's going to fly and make plays in the backfield like he does and hit somebody if they're being better in coverage. It's just, you just can't have your cake and eat it too. If you do, then you would have one of the best safeties in the league. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like at that point, you'd have one of the best safeties in the league. If he's going down, hitting people like Abrams, but then also covering like a Trayvon Merrick, you got a hell of a fucking safety at that point.
Okay.
I mean, not Trayvon Merrick, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's covering a lot better than just a standard strong safety. That's all. That's my thought process. But I could see us replacing them. That's why we got Devon Diablo and Tyree Gillespie. Probably a lot of fire up under them and realize, like, your job ain't safe. Because I like Gillespie personally. So if we go Abrams, I want to get shit. Hopefully we can start Gillespie, because he could cover a little bit. He could cover a little bit better. And he could tackle in the backfield, so just like Abram can. with better form, I would say. Also with better form, cleaner tackles.
What's wrong with him? Is he hurt right now?
I don't think he's hurt anymore. No, I don't think he's hurt. Francisco, let's get to the chat though. Let's see what the chat talking about. Anthony Carver, Diablo already been burnt toast this season. Yeah, bro. You feel me? I don't like Diablo that much, but you never know. Guys could turn around. Jamal Adams just got traded for 2 first-round picks. He is just as bad at coverage. Relax.
But Jamal Adams is elite at what he does, though.
Abram is physical, sheds blocks, hits hard. Got to keep him. Yeah. See, I like.
Got to put him in the right position.
I think for his role, he plays very well. He's liability and coverage. And the thing is, I said this weeks ago. I texted CNG, my boy. I texted him like, Abram's a liability in coverage, bro. Like it's just clear. It's just clear as day. And it showed up these last 4 weeks. But I said at the beginning of the season, and then he texted me the other day like, "Yo, yeah, Abrams is a liability because he's been getting beat on seams and stuff like that." So,
it just seemed like teams, like when they have proper time to like make a game plan on the defense, they're targeting him.
Yeah,
they're targeting him, and they're also targeting. When in Gus Bradley's defense, for some reason, a linebacker always tries to guard a wide receiver. Yeah. I don't know why, but that happens. So if we're gonna do that,
because that cover 3 scheme, it forces that backside linebacker to run upfield with the wide receiver, and then you get that one-on-one matchup. That's a cover 3 killer.
We better get an elite pass coverage linebacker or something.
Yeah, I think with Abram though. Also, we would have to see what he does next year because also he's playing a new role this year and he's fulfilling it pretty well for the most part outside of that coverage. So if he could start to get that coverage aspect down in this scheme, then we could potentially see a better Abrams. So, and especially let's play out the year. Let's see if people start targeting him, keep targeting him, and
Yo, Ray, you guys, I got to go. I got to get ready to take my wife to work. I'm still going to listen to y'all while I'm out and about handling business. Happy Black Friday. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I'm going to see y'all on the next one.
Appreciate it, brother. Y'all be smooth.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
All right, bro. Getting close to that time, but yeah, man, you made some good points about Abram. I'm just thinking that like when a quarterback, like an actual quarterback plays and they make a game plan, I feel like they target Abram every time, bro, like every time. And a team like KC, guess what they're going to be doing the next game? They're going to be finding Abram and trying to go one-on-one with him.
Yep.
But we'll see, man. I feel like the Raiders season is not over, but hopefully we could improve as the season goes along.
Yeah, man. Let me get to this super chat. This will probably be the last one. We're going to close this one out. Appreciate everybody that pulled up. Appreciate everybody in the chat gang. All the new members, everybody that's been supporting through super chats, getting your thoughts out there. Appreciate it. If y'all can't hit that like button, subscribe. If y'all new here, y'all know how it goes. KC says, think a timeout might have helped D in the last 3 minutes. Yeah, I think it would have, because there was points in the game to where the clock was already stopped, and it was weird, and it was just kind of just like there was instances like something was going on, so the clock was stopped. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the play-by-play again. But I think in those instances, you just call a timeout right there real quick before they snap the ball, and then you just kind of throw the offense off, but also give your defense a breather, because I think that's when Yannick was did a little flip backwards, like he was on the floor for a little bit, and then also a little bit later, Hobbs had to come out because of the concussion thing. And a few little weird things happen. So I definitely think a timeout. And if you have it and you're last on the drive, you might as well use it. You know what I mean? Like if you know you're not getting the ball back you're only getting the ball back with like 10, 15 seconds, you might as well use it. Give your defense a chance to rest. See if they can come out, pass rush, make a play maybe. But that's pretty much going to do it for this show, man. Farrell from the East, brother. Appreciate you pulling up, making it, man. It's always funny having you on, dude. I'll be seeing
you
all the time, man. You got anything else? You got anything else? Takeaways?
Man, that's it, man. It's a long season. Raider fans, keep watching, man. Hopefully we keep winning. And just tune in, man. It's a great channel, great content, Raider content creator, man. I've been watching you for a while now, man. It's a lot of good game that he gives when he breaks down the film.
Yes, sir. You got any type of media people might want to hit you up, man. So you might want to.
You know what? I'm thinking about making a channel or whatever. But for now, I'm going to be in the chat. You should see me, Pharaoh from the East, and I'll stop by every now and then.
All right, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all pulling up. Peace out, man. Until next time, y'all know what time.